You ready?
Okay. So you snap it, right?
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
What's poppin'?
What's poppin'? Nothing much. Just some liquid death. That's fucking terrible.
And into the podcast.
End the podcast. Hell yeah. Take the suit back off. Oh shit, my watch. Sorry. My apologies, good sir. I try not to have this thing on because, it lets you know when people text you.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah,
And
I put my phone in my pocket. Actually, I'm going to put my phone down
Turn your
here.
fucking ringer off, too.
Definitely. My mom calling me and shit.
What are you doing for Christmas? What are you doing for Christmas?
Oh, man. So, Friday, I'm going to go up, do a Christmas party with the family.
Nice.
And then I think I might be going to Kansas for the rest of the weekend to visit my dad.
Fuck yeah. Your
Haven't
dad
seen him
lives
in
in
a while.
Kansas?
Yeah.
Kansas City?
No, Chanute, Kansas.
So then nowhere good.
Yeah. 100%.
Kansas, the whole fucking place is shit except like
Yes.
that one spot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I grew up in Chanute, Kansas.
You did?
Dude, I think it's a population of like 8,000 people.
Oh my God. Even
Yeah.
still? God.
I think it's less now. I think it's like 6.
Damn.
Yeah.
Population going down. That's
Yeah, if that's not telling, I don't know what is. Dude, it sucks there. It's,
what's your dad still staying there for?
I think loyalty, honestly, to
Oh,
his
yeah.
job. Like,
Yeah.
it's one of those like really bad circumstances like that you see in movies where like, the guy's been at the job for like 30 years or whatever. Not quite 30 years, but like close to 30 years.
It's a
And then
long
like
time.
corporations have bought it out and then they're just like restructuring everything. And yeah, I should probably put that closer.
He's just
and then,
praying to God
yeah.
he keeps his job.
Yeah, exactly. So
Fuck, dude.
so what he does, he drives a loader for like a rock quarry.
Sure.
And for the longest time, like I'm talking like 12, 15 years, it was just him. So it's like him in this like shack and then his bulldozer and then trucks will drive up and, they'll have stuff like load.
That's
and he's
a
just
pretty
like,
sweet gig,
yeah,
dude.
dude, he's just like, I get to decorate it how I want. I get to listen to music and no one tells me shit to do. And it's awesome.
Put up
and
my
then,
nudie calendar. And
yeah, exactly. And then now it's like they have like people overseeing it and someone's sitting there watching them all day from the office. And he's just like, this fucking sucks.
that sucks, dude.
Yeah. I keep telling him to retire and move here, but I don't think he will.
You got to make that sick video game money first.
Yeah.
Buy Pops a new spot.
That'd be cool, honestly. That'd be so cool.
Well, apparently you're trying.
Yeah. So, just announced, it's a game called Shiver.
Shiver.
Yeah.
Horror movie.
Or game.
Horror game. Sorry.
It's all good. Man, this bug won't leave me alone.
Dude, I swear to fucking God. I'm bombing the shit out of this place.
Yeah. So, man, honestly, this whole thing has been really crazy. It's been something that we've been conceptualizing for like, I guess like 3 years now.
Yeah.
Almost. It was like the end of 2021. I think we started talking about it. So our lead developer, Josh, he has just been an old friend of mine. He came from the deathcore scene out in Arizona and stuff like that. And then he was using Unreal Engine to make like lyric videos and stuff for bands. And then the thing about Unreal Engine is it's actually like, meant for video games and stuff like that. And I started doing lyric videos with him.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
damn, I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it. I was going to ask if that stemmed from that when you were doing that.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was like, you know what? I want to learn this shit too. And I did like that old like thing called Alaska and the cabin. There was like little like 30-second
It's pretty good shit.
environment
Yeah,
stuff.
that was cool.
Yeah. And then, oh shit. The only thing about these things, they make me burp a lot.
It says 23 flavors, man.
Yeah, exactly. But no sugar.
No sugar, but other stuff.
Yeah, but other stuff, but other chemicals.
Other shit you can't pronounce, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so we were just talking one day and I was like, dude, let's make a fucking video game. Like, even if it sucks, that would be fun. And we've both realized that we're extremely ambitious with our ideas. And yeah, it's really crazy, like, over time, like, what it was going to be versus what it's become.
Always, yeah.
Yeah. And then there's a lot of tie-ins here, but like, so, cause I run Prestige and I actually have a crazy story I want to tell you about how I met this guy, but I ended up getting introduced to Joe White, who's the voice of Chris Redfield from 2002 Resident Evil. And yeah, I did some, like merch stuff with him and like some collab stuff. And then one day I was like, I'm going to fucking shoot for the stars. I'm just going to ask him if he wants to get involved.
Hell yeah.
And I sent him the trailer as we'd had it at that time, and he called me and he was like, "Dude, this is crazy. I would love to be involved."
Hi, I'm Chris Redfield.
Yeah, pretty much. Dude, what was wild to me is he was like, "Can I audition for the game?" And I'm like,
You got the
"You're
gig, sir.
fucking Chris Redfield, dude. No, you don't have to audition for the game." I was like, "We'll build a character for you." So I can't talk anything about his character or anything like that, but like,
Right.
dude, it's gonna be so fucking cool. I'm excited. It's like I grew up loving video games. Like I'll never forget like fucking making myself throw up in school so that I could go home early and play Max Payne
What
2
the
when it
fuck?
came up. Dude, straight up, I was like, I don't want to fucking be at school. I want to go play Max Payne 2. It just came out. I gotta go.
I was the same, but it was like doing drugs in the woods instead.
Fuck, that's funny. But yeah, so for that to, a childhood like dream essentially, like I want to fucking make a
insane.
video game. Like,
Yeah.
I'm doing it now. It's
I mean, that's such
wild.
a big fucking undertaking.
Way more than I
can't
thought
even
it was
imagine.
Gonna be. Way more than I thought it was going to be. I'm happy I'm not actually developing the thing.
Like all of the.
Yeah, all the like in it. So like, I am technically a co-director and a writer and a producer, and I do all the
Okay.
graphic design stuff. But as far as like all of the actual like hands-on keyboard stuff like that, that's all Josh. So
okay.
at least until we expand to the team.
Right.
But, yeah.
How many villains or what are they? Characters?
enemies?
Yeah, the enemies. How many of them are wearing your merch?
It's funny. We actually joked about that. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. It's
They're zombies who happen to be in a prestige merch apparel.
it's like,
They
damn,
got
dude.
caught up at a raffle, and now
These
they're all
ice
sorry.
monsters got drip. What the hell?
Drip so hot it melted the ice monster.
There we go. That's how you beat the game. Actually, is you just wear
Gotta
prestige.
get a shirt on him. That's the mission.
Holy shit, that's hilarious.
You have to find the right boutique that has it.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
You got to hunt down the holy grail, which is just a prestige apparel
I
shirt,
think we just made Britton a playable character.
and then you have to outfit the main demon ice beast with a demon ice beast. That's interesting.
Yeah,
Are you got ice beasts in this?
I can't say.
Can't say.
You
Fuck.
just said.
I can't say.
You definitely just told
I mean, there are definitely monsters. I will say that.
Well, there's got to be if it's a horror game. I would assume.
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't have to be monsters. It could be
It's
like
so
a cult or something.
so hard not
Like
to
that
like.
one game where you're like staring at shit and they're like in the window all of a sudden.
What if we told you no one listens to the podcast?
I still can't say anything because my
them
team
games
members
are
are going
crazy.
to, and then they're
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
get mad at me. I know that they're going to be watching this, and they're going to be like,
Oh yeah, fine tooth comb.
"Say something."
Give me a reason to tear your contract over.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't want to split thirds.
Yeah, pretty much.
So what are y'all doing? Like shopping for money now, or
Kinda. It's so we've decided that at least for the time being, we want to go like the Patreon route
Yeah.
and build a community, get the community involved. So like, what we're doing with the Patreon is like, there's a Discord that you get in just like for the free one, right?
Right.
But like, there will be paid tiers that like you can get to like the kind of like more exclusive like devlog stuff, so you can see like how we're making the game behind the scenes, things like that. But then there's also like bigger tiers where we're like, I don't remember exactly the number I'm out for this one because I don't want to misquote it, but it's like 100 plus. But like you get to have like your voice in the game as like one of the monster noises.
damn?
Yeah, and then yeah, exactly. But then, we go in and we fuck it up and make it all creepy.
Sure.
And then there's
called
one
reverb.
tier. Yeah, exactly. There's one tier where we will memorialize the person who pays for it. So they'll get a building named after them, shit like that.
shit.
And all the patrons above, I think it's tier 2, will get their selfie on a missing poster that'll be in the game.
Okay.
So it's we want to involve people and make
That's
it
fun
a
as
community
fuck.
thing. Yeah.
Damn.
And we're honestly really hoping to get a lot of local people.
What if Crashcast did a
involved.
tier? Could we get a Crashcast logo in the thing?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh fuck,
100%.
Kurt,
Dude, we'll even do
gotta
it
do
fucking.
another fundraiser.
We do the logo neon sign just lit up.
just in the background, just kind of barely on.
Yeah.
Just like in an old diner or something.
Yeah, 100%. Dude, we'll do the Crashcast Diner. Oh, let's fucking do it.
It's my
We'll
dream
do a
venue.
whole puzzle around it and shit.
My dream is to have a place called the Crash Castle, and it's just a
That's so
venue / fuck around spot.
We could do that. We could do that.
Just
so
it's like
I'll say this because we
gravitating.
kind of alluded to it in the trailer where she's like, fighting the blizzard and stuff. There is a whole like town like that you can go, you can kind of walk around and some of the things.
Every good horror has a town.
Exactly. But like, so
Even
like we want to make
Myers
it.
walking around the town.
Well, like, because the thing is, like, a lot of like indie horror games are like very like, oh, you're in this one location inside.
It's easier to probably do that way.
Extremely,
Yeah.
extremely. It's the difference between I can make a game in a few months to a year to I'm making a game in 5+ years.
Yeah.
And we're already at year 3, so
Oh, it takes dude, I can't even.
it's wild.
fathom.
Dude, it blows my mind. Games like Fallout and stuff like that.
Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's another example. It's like these crazy huge worlds. I'm like, yeah, we built that in 7 years. I'm like, how?
How'd you
Even
build
with
it at all,
300
period?
people.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's wild to me.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
I watched
Crash Castle. Let's do it.
All right, well, we got to be a tier. Fuck, man. I always think, we're really good at coming up with ways to spend money.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at making it.
Yeah. Dude, I'm the exact same way.
Yeah.
It's like whenever I take Prestige and go to these conventions and stuff.
I'm going to have to start doing acoustic shows just to pay for crashcast ideas. Like, just learn a bunch of country songs.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I always have my girlfriend go with me because she's an artist and stuff like that. And she's the protagonist of the game, by the way. So that's
shit.
That's cool.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, I know, right? There's a lot of fun to that, and a lot of like I am kind of worried whenever people. I imagine there's probably going to be some shitty comments out there of random people on the internet being like, "The game is woke because it's got a girl," and that's I'm kind of expecting it, but the boyfriend part of me is going to be like, "Don't talk shit to him."
Yeah, you got.
Don't talk shit to him. Just let him be ignorant. But yeah. But yeah, no, about the money thing. Like every time I take her to a convention, she's always like helping me with my booth and stuff and like running her artist booth next to me. And I'll be like, hey, so like, you got the booth for a while, right? And then I'll go around and just spend like all the fucking money we've been making. Yeah.
I know I was at one with you. It's very much that.
Like it's like 50%. No, it's probably like 70% me walking around being like, can I afford that?
Oh, I see you have an original. Oh, yeah.
I had to stop myself at Retrofest big time because I found 2 of my like 3 or 4 Grail games there.
I wish I would have known that was going on.
It's going on next year too.
It looked cool.
I probably shouldn't say that. I'm not going to say anything else about it.
You already said that. Next year.
Did they?
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Well,
then
cool. Yeah. So same. I think same weekend, same location, and stuff like that.
Where was it?
Conway.
Conway.
Conway Expo Center.
The Expo Center.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah. There was QAnon, which is like an old Japanese survival horror game.
I thought you said Q. I thought this. I was like,
no.
Whoa! Now
Yeah.
we're definitely going.
Yeah. I walk up and I'm like, oh, they have fucking QAnon. I'm buying it. And then I'm like, what you got on this? They're like $1,000. I was like, I'm not buying it.
$1,000.
Yeah.
Do you need clothing?
Yeah.
That shit. My fucking my brain doesn't compute those things.
Dude, getting into like video game collecting, because like it all started with Silent Hill. Like I've loved Silent Hill for a long time, and I had a copy of the first game.
How do you feel about Sonic the Hedgehog?
I do like Sonic.
Okay.
It's great. I was definitely more of like a Sony guy growing up.
Same. Well, I mean, they were just so ahead of their fucking time, dude.
Of course. Well, like for me, is like I was telling somebody the other day, like my first games that I had was Zelda, and I liked it. I was a bit too young to really grasp it. I want to tell people like, oh, I beat Zelda when I was like 5 years old. When in reality, I probably just like walked around
I
one
just
level.
ran around killing bushes.
Yeah, exactly.
I
didn't actually do
The
anything.
sound effect was pretty all right.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
pretty cool. That's all I did.
But
I broke so many pots.
I had no fucking clue what that game was.
my first real memory was going over to a friend's house, and like my parents weren't super like anal about like what I would play, but like they wouldn't let me play Mortal Kombat. And my friend had Mortal Kombat on I think it was Genesis, I think. And he was like, "Here you go, you can play." And I was just like,
Was the blood turned on?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, "Yo, do the ABACC, the Abacab code, where it's yeah." And I was just like, "Okay, let's do it." And it was just like, oh, "This is fucking awesome."
dude.
I was stuck.
Mortal Kombat's fucking insane.
And so, the next memory I have is like getting a PlayStation 1 when it came out, because I was like, I think 5 years old or something like that when it came out. And yeah, I think I may have got one like when I was like 6 in like 96. At least I think that's when it came out. It was like 94,
I was sitting here
95.
thinking, like, when the fuck did those even come out?
I think it was 94 or 95 for the PS1.
Okay.
And I would have been like 4 or 5. But
So I was like 10.
oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
Oh, he's fine.
Oh, I didn't realize he was right below my feet.
Yeah, that's where he lives.
He's the cutest dog ever.
Dude, he's fucking ridiculous. I'll eat him. I'll eat you for dinner. My little baby boy.
Well, I mean, you can't eat him for dinner, then he wouldn't have him. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I grew up loving games, like,
Yeah.
so much, more than anything. And the first, like, real memory, and I have to credit my dad on this because it was like some good dad shit. My cousins had gotten Grand Theft Auto Vice City when it came out, and I was like, dude, I want it so bad. We go to Walmart and it was nowhere, sold out.
Of course.
And so I call up my cousin. I'm like, you think I could like come over and like play with you guys? And they were like, nope, and hung up on me.
Damn.
And I'm just like, dude, you guys fucking suck.
Your
And I told my
cousins are
dad.
shitheads.
I know, right? And so I told my dad, and he gets so mad that we stayed up until midnight. This is back when Walmart was 24 hours. Stayed up until midnight driving around different towns around our small ass little Chanute, Kansas, to find me a copy of the game, and they let me skip school the next day, just staying up all night playing Vice City.
Dude, that is some cool parent shit.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, so that's my first like real like gaming memory of like I fucking love games. And I think I probably associate it with
Yeah.
with good dad. So yeah, cool to be making one.
I don't have anything like that.
You have anything like that?
No. Mine are more like, oh shit. It was kind of the opposite. I'm the older brother.
Really?
My little brother loved video games. Like,
Yeah.
there's somewhere we have a VHS tape of him getting when we got our Super Nintendo,
Mm-hmm.
him just completely freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. It should have been on like one of those like Bob Saget.
Like the America's Funniest Phone
Funny,
videos? Yeah.
So he loved it, and then I would just play up until I just couldn't, and then I would just be like, here,
I'm done.
you do it. I'm
You
going
do it
outside. Yeah, I'm going to go ride my bike. It's still pretty much that way. I
Yeah.
get up to like a certain point, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm good.
I have certain games that I'm like that with now that I'm older, have a lot more responsibilities and things like that.
Boo.
I know, right? It's actually harder now, I think, now that like I run my own business. It's so weird how like when I started doing Prestige and like graphic design and everything, I was like, I want to be my own boss. I want to make my own time, and I want to not have responsibilities
more
and
busy.
no boss. Yeah, I'm more busy now. I have less free time than I actually thought I would, and it kind of sucks. But at the same time, I
You
end
have
up
less
making
free time, but you have more
yeah.
ability.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the trade-off. It's like,
yeah. If I wanted to leave for tour tomorrow, I could. It wouldn't
exactly.
be a problem.
I've been my own boss for a long time. I don't know that I could have a boss. Like,
Yeah.
it truly scares the fuck out of me. If
Yeah.
it's not somebody I know, I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I'm used to just being like, oh, well, this thing, okay, well, I'll just get off. I'll just take off and go do that.
Yeah.
Come back or just not. I'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah. So wait, do you own your own company?
Yeah, I have for a long time.
Hell yeah, that's fucking sick, dude.
Just don't talk about it much because I fucking hate it.
Yeah,
I've just been doing it too long.
How that works? Like you start a business, you're like, I want to do this thing, and you're passionate about it, and
I
then
wasn't even passionate about it. Dude, it was supposed to be a summer job. I said it a bunch of times.
Really?
It was just literally in high school.
wow,
And it just turned into forever because of the leniency construction offers.
yeah,
You can kind of just do whatever you want. They
Yeah.
don't care.
Yeah.
So many people in construction are fuck ups, so it's just like it's true. And it's just like, well, yeah, come back. We need you.
that's scary.
So you should be
The
scared.
job that's done. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. They don't actually give a. They're like, oh, you'll be gone for 3 weeks. Okay, well, we'll see you in 3 weeks. Like, you're not getting paid.
yeah,
There's no vacation. There's no health
Yeah.
insurance. There's no none of that shit. But you gotta do whatever you want. It's kind
that's
of nice.
I'll say that's like the one good thing about my setup is like I don't print my own shirts or ship my own shirts. All I do is design stuff
Yeah.
and then advertise them, and everything else is handled by other people.
Right.
So if I wanted to leave for 3 weeks, I'm still getting paid for 3 weeks.
Right.
And that's cool. Like, it's the most non-passive passive income ever, if that makes sense.
No, it does. I get it. Mine, I just have to work like extra hard up until the point where I'm like,
Yeah, like save up a bit and then take
Yeah.
some time off. Yeah,
you can just do extra work. Like, I'm not working as hard as I could be,
yeah.
or
Same.
maybe should.
I
be
don't
at
know that
certain
anybody
points.
really is though. Honestly, like I even feel like the people who are like fucking grind all the time, dude. They're probably mostly
I
full
do,
of shit.
but I do this.
Yeah.
So I have my job, which is nice. It pays my bills, sort
Yeah.
of. Sort of. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes there's just no work to be had. Like, that's the only scary part about construction. It fluctuates with the fucking market of housing, and that is truly fucking scary.
Yeah.
But, you know, like this time of year is usually really fucking slow. I got lucky and knew someone who was like, yeah, we built a mansion, come tile it. Okay.
One bug's fucking
Dude, I swear to God. But
that's sick though, right? Like, I mean, that's, if you're tiling like a mansion, I mean, that's got to be a fucking sick job, right?
it's okay.
Yeah.
It's just the worry. It's like I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I'm good at it. I just don't care.
That's fair.
Nobody
I feel like
wants
that's any hard labor job.
nobody.
Probably.
Well, I mean, yeah. So manual labor, sure, but it's like you do it so often, and tiling is more of an art form,
Yeah.
especially with like custom.
Oh,
When
yeah.
somebody says custom, if you let me do what I think is custom, you can't afford it.
Yeah.
No one wants to pay that kind of money.
100%.
So it's like, but then you have the other problem when people see custom, they think that because it's on Pinterest, it's like some shit took someone a month to make,
Yeah.
and they want me to come in and do it in 5 days for $2,000, and I'm just like, no. And no one else is going to do that
No.
either. Yeah. So it's a lot of that, and there's a lot of like, you know, everybody wants a fucking deal.
Oh, of
which
course.
is also like, I mean, I get it, but also fucking
You gotta live. You gotta eat.
yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I can't tell you how many people like hit me up and ask for free shit.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And if it's like, I will do it like in certain circumstances, like Austin, for example, like his studio logo. I did that, and he didn't ask for it for free. He was like, "How much do you want?" And I was like, "I'm not going to charge you. You're like one of my
It's
best
better
friends."
if you just give it away.
Yeah, it's like if I'm doing work with friends, like it has to either be full price or I'm
Or
going,
free. That's right.
yeah.
I
And it
had the
really,
same
like,
thought.
you know, it's you start cutting deals with people,
You know
and
what
then it
I've
becomes
started
this
doing?
weird like.
Here's because I hate it, and I've done a lot of work for friends here recently, but they want to pay me, and I just go, I hate like no, because I
Yeah.
know you'll get me back, like you'll,
Yeah,
you know, especially if they're good friends. So what I've started doing is going, okay, XYZ, this is what I would charge any Joe Schmo.
yeah,
I'm going to show you what this number is,
yeah.
and then you pick a number between 0 and that fucking number. Don't fucking tell me what it is. Just hand it to me. I'm going to stick it in my pocket, and I don't give a fuck.
That's
if it's
fair.
$1, I don't care.
That's fair.
So
That would feel shitty though.
but I put it on them instead of me having to come up with a price where I feel it's like the
Enough of a homie,
enough,
enough of a homie hookup.
because I don't think of it in terms of
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
You know, I just think of it as like, okay, I did you a solid, then you'll do me a solid.
Yeah.
It's a bartering system. Which is
100%.
much more, I think, beneficial.
yeah,
Because even if I did one big thing, I might need 3 little things. Or, you know, someday I might need to fuck cash in on something, you know,
Yeah.
crazy.
yeah.
But people like to pay for stuff, I guess.
Sometimes,
I mean, I fucking hate money, dude.
Same,
I'm not a money
honestly.
person. I really don't.
dude. So this is the first year.
I'd rather be like a trillionaire who doesn't have to have it, or like homeless. I feel like it's very close to the same.
I actually get that. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Yeah,
Homeless trillionaire.
a homeless
Homeless
trillionaire. Yo, that would be sick.
Well, you ever heard the story about the dude who lived in a cardboard box
Yeah.
and was insulated with millions of dollars?
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
There's
gullible
been
as fuck.
people-
Is that real?
Yeah.
there have been people
No way.
who have done that for sure. They're homeless by choice because, you know, maybe they just don't fit in, but they have like tons of money, so they don't have to really worry. They
Yeah.
can just kind of swipe the card and then things are taken care of for them.
That's wild.
You know, if somebody steals something from them, it doesn't really matter.
Those people
Just
who
go get a
don't
new
spend
one.
somebody else's money,
Yeah.
though.
Dude, so I was gonna say it's wild. So this is the first year that I've ever had like a relative like excess of money before. Because dude, up to this point, it's just been fucking grinding, like
Yeah,
paycheck
yeah.
to paycheck, and and then it's weird, like something about this year, just like a fucking switch flipped, and it was like I can breathe. Whoa, yeah, but I've definitely. There's an old saying where it's like. You'll find out who someone really is if you I forgot the whole quote, but it's like if you give them a lot of money or if you get them drunk or some shit like that. I don't remember, but this is
That's
pretty
pretty
accurate.
Yeah.
This is the first time that I've ever had like an excess of money, and I've realized like
And I'm gonna
I'm
act like I
buying
don't
all
know
these-
nobody.
no, that's not the case. It's actually the opposite. I'm like I need to hang out with more people, dude. I'm just isolating, but I'm buying all this gear and stuff that like I'd always wanted, right? And I've realized, like, oh shit, that doesn't actually bring me the happiness or the creativity that I ever thought it was going to.
Yeah.
It's weird. So it's like I bought an Aristides, and
Jesus.
yeah, 2 of them actually.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
somebody
The other
did
one's
have a
not
good
here
year.
yet. So
Said somebody did have a good year.
yeah, it was a very good year. And it's funny though because I'm still picking up my like $1,200 LTD
Right.
every time I want to write. It's like it's inspiring, and the other ones are just like I look at it and I'm like, damn, look at that. It's like it's almost more like an
more like a
art
trophy,
piece
an
or
art
something.
piece,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Rather than like an actual.
I think at some value point they do become more of a
Yeah.
ooh look at it.
Yeah.
Don't touch it. Why would you ever play it?
Yeah, exactly.
I
Exactly.
mean, and they are art to a certain degree, but
yeah.
at a certain price point, they're not any better than the other guitars.
No, so like I had Austin come over, and because he has like Strandbergs and stuff like that, and
Right.
he's a big guitar nerd, and to like music to a degree I'll never understand. Like this guy's a genius
I'm aware.
musically.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and so I had him come over, and he was playing on it. And he goes, "It's cool knowing that this isn't like any better than like an Ibanez Prestige.
Right.
Like after that point, like it really is kind of
I
just
feel
the
like
same.
it's like $1,200. Like I really do.
You think $1,200 is like the cap?
I think that's where the quality starts getting like. I mean, now we're talking about weird shit like, well, that pickup doesn't fit my style.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair.
And you can talk tone of wood all day long, but on
That's
an
just not
electric,
real.
I don't.
It's
I
not
don't
real.
buy it,
Yeah,
dude.
that's another thing Austin was telling me about because we were talking
super
about
cheap, maybe
yeah.
because they're like lightweight balsa wood or whatever. Like maybe
Yeah.
that affects it, but it's more the pickups than anything. If
Oh,
I stick a
100%.
fucking bare knuckles in a $200 guitar.
So there's did you see the video of the guy who like he strung up strings between like 2 tables, so there's just emptiness, and he strung up a pickup to it. It sounded just like a normal guitar. Yeah, that's something Austin was telling me about whenever we were talking about the Aristides, because I was like, yeah, I mean, I don't know, I'm curious how it's going to sound because like it doesn't have any tone wood, and he's like, that shit doesn't exist. It's not real. Like it's such a minute amount that it's
These are guys that are like under a fucking microscope, literally like looking at all the waveforms and the they're like, look, if you see here in the 4K range, you see this extra little but you're like, shut the fuck up, dude. No one in their fucking mind gives a single shit. Like I get quality, but then there's like it's like we'll always, as humans do what we do, we'll always take it to the edge.
100%.
We'll always go to the most absurd fucking links to make sure everything is like the most precise and like like it's like you're saying, like those guitars are cool as fuck.
Yeah.
They're neat.
100%. They're fucking awesome.
And like there's a couple of them out there that I want, but
And the tone is really, really good, I will say.
none of the
like,
guitars I've ever been like are that because of the price tag. Usually,
Yeah. I
They're
do have
that
one,
because
though.
Of, like the well, I don't actually know that I have one that I couldn't afford that I would. There's stuff that I think is cool that I would never own.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, well, that's just preposterous. Why would you ever own that? But that's probably what you're talking about.
Yeah. So okay. So we were on tour. We were at I think Austin, Texas, at Come and Take It, and one of the opening bands had a Mayonnaise Regius 8-string, and like I'm talking the ones that have like the little clockwork inlays on the crazy shit. And I was just like, dude, can I play that, please? Like, I'm sorry, it's cool if no, but I've never even held one of these things. And he's like, yeah, dude, fucking take it. Like he like throws it off at me, and I start playing on it and with like through my amp, and I was like, this thing made me a better guitar player. Like, it was like playing a dream kind of thing. And I was like, okay, I'm settled. I'm buying one. And then I go to look up the price. Fucking $6,500 for the lower end one. And I was like,
So silly.
Maybe I won't own one of these. I don't know that the freedom of play is worth that much to me.
But how, like, right? So, like, from that down, that's what I'm saying. Like, from that guitar downward,
Is the same.
where does the point stop? Where it's like, I mean, I feel like even dude, like, I'll go to a Guitar Center just to fuck off and pick up like a $500 guitar, and you're like,
Yeah.
this isn't what it used to be.
No.
Technology has gotten so good that even the cheap shit. There's this brand called Glary that my buddy's always
Glary?
going on about. It's like $89 guitars. They're
What?
cheap as fuck.
The Harley Benton.
Oh, is it the same company?
No, it's a different company. Same
okay.
kind of like.
I've heard of
fonts.
Harley Benton though. Like I've seen some people
Dude, they've got
around here
some
playing them.
Shit for like $200.
Yeah,
It's kind of ridiculous.
It's like that Sub-Zero brand that people are playing
that's
now.
that's what I'm saying. Like even like he has a bass that's this Glary brand bass. It was $89 fucking dollars, and it plays pretty fucking good. I don't know what it sounds like. I didn't plug it to an amp, but it probably doesn't sound great. But for another $100,
Get a better pickup.
So for $160, you can have a really decent fucking guitar versus, you know, sometimes, like, I know me, I don't spend anything probably less than $1,000 now for a guitar.
Yeah.
But that's just where I'm at with my...
Yeah. That's where you want to be at.
I feel like that's where my abilities got to. And then I'm like, this is where my comfort level is. This is my playability needs this quality of guitar.
Oh, yeah. Dude, don't get me wrong. Like, I see the people who are playing, like, the Aristides guitars, and my first thought is like, I don't fucking play like that. Dude, I can't do that shit.
And maybe that's just our limitations. Maybe they're
Probably.
like, you wouldn't understand because you suck. And I'm like, that's a fair fucking argument. Maybe I shouldn't play
I gotta switch. This thing is making my head sweat. Ooh. Merry Christmas, though.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Now, Christmas is tomorrow when this comes out.
Dude, yeah.
That's so weird.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, y'all. Happy holidays and happy harmonica to you. Dude.
Oh, man.
So what'd you get for Christmas?
Me?
Yeah.
I guess I could go ahead and say it. My mom called me. She's actually was upset. I was like, oh, fuck. What you know when your mom's upset?
My mom's always upset.
I'm just like,
No, not really.
So when she was like bummed upset, so I was like, oh no, what's wrong? She's like, I fucked up Christmas. I was like, Christmas is a big deal for my mom, dude.
Okay.
She's like, it's like her. She's really good at Christmas.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking suck at Christmas. I'm like, here's $18. I don't know what it's gonna get you because I don't know what you want at all. Yeah, I don't care if I knew you your whole life.
I love that you specifically did like the grandma number.
Like,
here's a check for $12.
You get whatever you want, and don't tell me because I don't care. I'm very bad at it, but she's like, dude, she puts in these like super thoughtful gifts, and she had this whole fucking thing, this whole plan worked up where I knew it was a destination Christmas because we've been talking about it forever. And once my dad passed away, it was just like, well, now it's just the three of us, so why the fuck not?
Yeah.
And well, four if my brother would come, but she called me. She's like, well, they're sold out. I waited too long to buy the tickets, and she was going to take us to the fucking. So we're going to do it next year because now we know about it.
Yeah.
To the fucking ranch where they breed all the Clydesdales for the Budweiser horses.
Whoa.
But they have like a VIP experience where you get to fucking chill with the Clydesdales and shit.
Dude, that's crazy.
And like and they, you know, like get your picture taken. Like you get to do a whole tour. They tell
the
you
whole
everything
tourist
about it.
thing.
You get like a merch bag swag. I was like, that's actually sick as fuck.
Yeah.
Like that's a neat Christmas
That's such
present.
a niche little gift that like only specifically like a certain type of person would like that.
Absolutely.
That's really cool. Yeah.
And I was like,
A beer that you could drink, Corey.
I'm sober as a bird. She is
It's like
too,
wine
so is my
tasting,
wife.
but for beer.
I mean, yeah, sort of. I'm sure. I mean, it's near. It's not actually in St. Louis. It's outside of St. Louis. But I was like, dude, fuck yeah. I mean, Clydesdale. Have you ever been next to a Clydesdale? Holy fuck! It's like a truck with feet.
It's bigger than a drink.
I mean, yeah, dude. If it was in here, it wouldn't fit in here. I mean, they're insane.
I hate my brain.
Yeah,
because like my brain immediately, it was like truck and feet.
Yeah, go home and meme that. Just hooves on a truck. There's your next T-shirt idea.
Yeah, for real.
Hoove it. You got to hoove it.
Hoove it, hoove it, hoove it. God.
Shout out to Madagascar. The movie rules.
I don't think I've seen Madagascar, actually.
It's good.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen that one. I was thinking of Zootopia.
Oh, yeah, that's good, too.
Yeah.
They fucking
Good
get some
old
winners
kids
around
movies.
I haven't really been into it lately. I don't know. No. I bought Wild Robot. I haven't seen it yet.
I also bought Wild Robot. I haven't watched it yet.
It was a 97%. I was like, this has to be unbelievable.
I saw everybody posting about it, about how it was really sad.
The trailer is incredible.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's worth owning.
So that kind of reminds me of something. So a lot of people don't know this, but Joe White, the guy who's doing the game with us from Resident Evil, it's wild because when I was talking to him on the phone, he's like, "Yeah, man, I was the lead animator and modeler for Disney for 30 years."
What?
And I was like,
fuck?
"I'm sorry, what?"
Cooler than the Chris Redfield.
It absolutely
Much
is.
cooler.
Yeah, so like he was the cow in Emperor's New Groove. You know Tarzan, all the trees that he swings off of, he made those.
Wow.
I think it's Treasure Island, you know, the boat they fly around on. He made that.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm like, why the fuck are we talking about Resident Evil? It fits in the niche, but yeah, it's like this shit's just.
You fucking drew my childhood, dude. That's crazy.
It's the craziest shit ever. So every time I talk to him, and because he's an older guy, like he'll give me insight on like that side of the world, and unfortunately, like everything, when you get a closer look, nothing is magical.
It's never what it seems.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
peeking behind the curtain's a real motherfucker.
It really is, dude.
They paid me $12 for Tarzan.
It's pretty wild, dude. It kind of reminded me. I was talking to my mom, and we were talking about the whole like musician dream thing, because like for me. Dude, okay, first off, I want to say I have ADHD. I am everywhere all the time, and I'm so sorry.
That's literally what this podcast
Trying to
is built
latch
on.
onto a conversation with me is
You
just
could change the subject every 30 seconds, and I wouldn't care.
Okay.
I'm good with
You
it.
wouldn't notice, actually.
You're right.
Just right there with me. You're like, I'm following
Kurt
you.
was like, that's unusable. And I'd be like, what are you talking about? This is the best time we ever had.
I had a great time. Like, you didn't have any conversation.
We didn't talk about anything for more than 10 seconds. But yeah, I was talking to my mom about how like when I was 11, I wanted to be James Hetfield. I wanted to be a fucking rock star.
Yeah.
I didn't want to just be in a band. I wanted to play arenas.
You couldn't tell me I wasn't going to be one, dude. I was convinced.
Yeah, same. Up until like 2 years ago.
Like literally, like last year. Yeah, I was like, all right. Well,
And I was talking to an old friend of mine. I'm not going to name drop because
40 really fucked
that's
me up.
super lame. But he is now in a band that is like actually an arena band that's on tour with huge bands. And I was like, yeah, so you've been playing any new games coming out and stuff is what we, would talk about. And he was like, dude, I don't have time for hobbies. He's like, I don't have time for family. I'm on tour 10 months out of the year. And that kind of fucked me up, dude. I was like,
sucks.
If I ever reached that point, not saying I would, but if I did, like, I wouldn't be able to see my daughter for 10 months out of the year.
Yeah.
And that kind of was just like, oh, well, that sort of closes that door. Like, it's not that I'm too old. It's I have too much things that I care about around me.
You have to make a crazy sacrifice for that life.
Yeah, 100%.
Really I mean, even at a small level, dude, you're still missing 3-4 months a year.
Exactly.
More spread out and more like, you're not missing every fucking day, but it's still a lot of cumulative time.
Yeah, exactly. And like that was reminded, the reason I even brought that up is because like I remember being a teenager and being like, dude, fucking MTV Cribs is the shit. I want that life.
They rented every one of those.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, dude, I guarantee you they probably rented all of those places and then just decorated them for a week or whatever and was like, there's the shot.
Have you ever heard the story about the fucking Redman Method Man one?
No.
So they go to the hood where he actually lived and do it in his real fucking house. And they tried to get him to like, they were like, well, we'll get you this house and blah, blah, and all this stuff. And he was like, no. And they just showed dude, his doorbell. He's like,
no
rubbing 2 wires together. It's one of the most classic episodes. There's people like sleeping in the floor. He's just like,
no
sorry,
shit.
last night was crazy. Yeah.
The budgets for this were like $250,000 an episode.
I know.
That's insane.
But like, so you should go on YouTube and look his episode up. It's just Redman, but it's out of this world, and it's my favorite one. I still remember it. I used to watch that show religiously.
I think for me, the ones that I always remember is like Rob Zombie and I want to say the dude from Nickelback, maybe, and Sully from Godsmack.
Sully from Godsmack.
What did I say? Godsmack. Yeah. Yeah,
I said convenient earlier. It's still in my head. It's still fucking with me.
Just like it's like a video.
Like, why did I
say
say it like that?
When you play a wrong note with a delay pedal on, it's just like
what's that Irish dude that makes those hilarious videos? He does that. It's just like,
so funny.
It just echoes all day in your head. Like, fuck.
I goof that one comment. There's definitely been times like over this past year where I'll get to the story I want to tell you about the guy who introduced me to Joe White and stuff like that. But like, talking to some of the people that guy has me talking to has me so hyper aware about what I say in all of the wrong ways. So like, I'll say some shit because I'm like really nervous in the situation. Sure. Your boy's got anxiety. I'm not gonna lie. And then after I leave that situation, I'm just like, I sounded like a fucking dick. Why did I say that? And in reality, it's like, I'm just trying to be impressive to these people who are way above my belt. But yeah, so, okay. I was out at El Primo, my favorite taco place in Sherwood, Arkansas. I'm going to plug them because not enough people go there.
Well, is it a
street tacos?
Truck? Is it a truck or an actual?
It's an actual business, like a hole in the wall. Like most of them don't speak English. Like
What's it called?
It's El Primo. And dude, best tacos anywhere around here by far. And I was like, dude, I want to go to Kapow. I don't know why, I'm just feeling it today. And I don't know if you guys know what Kapow is.
Comic joint?
Comic book store, Sherwood. And so we go there, and I didn't even know this, but like all the fucking Sonic the Hedgehog voice actors were there doing signings. And I was like, whoa, what a coincidence! This is cool. And so like my daughter got to meet them and everything, and it was we just hung out for a while. And then I was gonna go buy something. I think I bought like an Indiana Jones figure or some shit. And that's just me. I just buy action figures because I'm a nerd. And I was talking to this guy in line who is wearing a Ninja Turtle shirt, and I was like, dude, that fucking shirt.
If you tell
so
me who's the voice of a Ninja Turtle.
No.
Okay.
No. It's actually kind of cooler than that.
Oh,
So, yeah, I was like, dude, I was like, yeah, I actually have a clothing brand. I was just kind of like soft plugging myself. And he's like, oh, that's cool. And I showed him my website. And he's like, if you have anything, I'd love to like bring something home, like get my buddy Bam to like wear them and stuff. And I was like, your buddy Bam? I only know one person Bam. By that name.
2 Bams and one of them's animated.
I was like, I only know one person. I was like, who's that? And he goes, oh, Margera. Yeah, he's my roommate and I manage him. And I'm like,
damn.
I'm just casually in a conversation with a stranger that's Bam Margera's manager.
You never know who you're talking to, dude. You never know who you're talking
to.
to.
You never know who you're fucking talking to. So he managed the Sonic the Hedgehog guys.
Okay.
Yeah. And so
incredible.
I was, my brain, like we start talking. He's like, yeah, man. He's like, I got some other like horror guys. I know I could tell that your brand's more horror. He's like, I got the Resident Evil guys and trying to get the Silent Hill guys and all these other things. And I was like, I have stock at home. I'm racing home and I'm going to bring this dude some stuff. So I brought a whole tub of shirts to Kapow. And I was like, whatever you want, take it. And he was like, Jesus, dude. He's like flipping through. And I think he got like Ghostbusters and he very easily could have. I actually thought about that on the way back. I was like, worst case scenario, this dude was full of shit and I just got shirts stolen from me. Best case scenario,
I mean, you're out $20, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, yeah, fuck it. It could be a life-changing situation. So I'm leaving and I'm like, okay, I probably am not going to hear back. Like it's probably not going to happen, but it is what it is. I tried and that's all that matters. Oh, about a week later, I get a fucking DM and it's Bam Margera in a video being like, Prestige Apparel. Like, we're going to work together. So I was just like, no way, dude. Like, I grew up on like Jackass and CKY and shit like that. So like for me, that was like a dream come true just getting that video. Unfortunately, things with Bam did not pan out how I hoped. I think everybody knows. Everybody knows his ups and downs. But I did get to work with him a bit.
It's never off the table. Maybe if he remembers someday, it'll be back on. You never know.
We'll see.
You never know.
So I did get to do. I did like 3 shirts for him, and I did a skateboard design for him. That was like an exclusive European trip thing, and that was really cool. I did not get mine, unfortunately, but that's okay. Anyway,
I'm not sour about it at all.
So I was talking to.
Still got that video though.
Yeah. So I was talking. I can name him. It's fine. So I was talking to Jack, who was his manager. The dude's name is Jack Daniel.
What the fuck?
I can't make this shit up, dude.
That on purpose,
probably.
100%.
So I'm talking to him, and we were talking about the whole situation with Bam, and he was like, "I'm sorry, this didn't, work out the way we had hoped." He's like, "But I do have like the Resident Evil guys and stuff like that," and he's like, "You want to talk to them?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, just let me know." And he's like, "Give me a second." He literally fucking puts me on the phone with Joe right then and there. Like, he's like, "Oh, hey Jack, what's going on?" I'm like, I'm on the phone with Chris Redfield.
I wasn't prepared.
What? It's just like this dude's just throwing shit at me. That's probably not even the craziest one, honestly, because he's done this before. And he was like, yeah, I got the creator from Underworld. And I was like, oh shit, okay.
That's fun.
He's like, I'll call him real quick. And he throws him on the phone again. And I'm like, dude, you can't keep fucking doing this. I gotta be prepared. I have anxiety. I gotta prepare for these things, dude. This dude is like a go, make moves type of guy. So Kevin Grievous hops on the phone and he sounds like the devil. Like, if you've seen Underworld, he's like the bigger black guy who's like a lichen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When he talks, like,
my wife was actually just watching Underworld.
No shit.
Underworld's like few nights ago, so it's like, wild you brought that up,
dude. The dude who, like, when he talks, like, I thought that they like modulated his voice or something.
That's real.
It's real. Like, he's like low, and I'm just like, this is fucking scary. And he's like the nicest guy. I didn't even know this. He used to be a scientist.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and he was like, I want to be in movies and make comic book characters and shit like that.
I'm tired of figuring out rocket fuel. I want to
yeah.
do fun stuff.
But yeah, so from there, like I met Retro Rick. That's how the Retro Fest thing happened, and it's just been this year has just been
That's
absolutely,
all this year.
Yeah,
Holy fuck.
that's actually only been the past like 6-7 months.
Good Lord, dude.
Because like where the whole thing with this year started is I had done like a Valentine's Day like Silent Hill 2 drop. So
Oh, right.
bit of a spoiler, like, so I don't know if you guys care. Silent Hill 2 spoiler. So the main character is actually like the bad guy in the game.
Okay.
And he, in the lore, had killed his wife by suffocating her with a pillow. It's pretty fucked up. He's a bad guy. But so I decided to do a Valentine's Day drop where I did like him and his wife together and like a heart made of barbed wire. And then I sold pillows along with it. And it went like semi-viral on Twitter. And that was the first time that like I had hit like a big drop. And I was like, oh, okay, this is what the next level feels like.
It only takes one, dude.
It only takes one.
It's so crazy how it works like that.
And then Alan Wake 2 happened. And that was by far the biggest drop I'd ever done, to a scary amount. Like that was the first time I was ever like, okay, I'm on someone's radar now.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where it sort of started. And luckily it was a good radar.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. So big goals for next year. And I'm excited and anxious about it. It's so weird.
Isn't it weird how you can like do so good, but then still be like, well, we got to keep doing it. Dude. You can't just fucking calm down for a second.
Dude, honestly, what was it?
It's like you look up and you're just like, you look backwards and you're like, holy fuck. If I could stop and just remember all the cool shit I've done.
I've literally brought this up like 3 times in the past week. It's like, I wish that I could like just take a breath. So like, again, like being someone who has like, I have like really serious anxiety. I am constantly on just like go kind of mindset. Mm-hmm. And there's definitely been times lately I've thought back, I'm like, dude, all those times that I was on tour that I was like, oh, we could have played better, or, went sightseeing more, but we were, let's be on time, things like that. Like, I wish I could have just told my brain to like chill for a second and just take it in.
Yeah. I think it's an age thing too, though.
Yeah. Started looking back, mortality, thoughts and shit like that.
Well, I have it so bad. This last year, I'm full blown in a midlife crisis, like 100%.
Yeah,
and that's all I keep.
I did a quarter life crisis for sure.
Like,
I was like mid to late 25.
Should I be like?
Or 30.
And now I do typically, like when I'm driving, even I'll just be like, I'll just be like, enjoy this.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't think of it as like a task.
I've been actually challenging myself lately. So like every time like I leave, because like, working from home, I don't leave all the time unless it's like go shopping or some shit, right, or like pick up my daughter from school. I've made a point, like usually whenever I leave to go pick up my kiddo from school, I'm like fucking racing there. And I'm like, you know what? I should start leaving like 10, 15 minutes early and just drive a little slower and just like look around.
Just enjoy it.
Just take things in. Yeah. Like, I'm always inside, and it's weird. I feel like I've mostly been inside my house for like 12 years or something like that. So it's like going outside. I'm just like, it's actually, I find it really interesting. I've kind of figured out that like whenever you are like a graphic designer or something, like something where you like have to stay at home all the time, you're kind of like putting yourself in like a prison.
Yeah, it's exactly
weird.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
it's comfortable. But
it is.
Like
it's a comfy prison.
Yeah.
It's like, I think I got really bad depression. Like at one point, whenever I was living with Will for a little while.
I feel like it also feeds into like all that stuff. Like I don't want to go out,
Yeah. 100%.
Because you're always there. So then your mind just kind of keeps you there.
100%.
It's very bad.
So, for the viewers, so Will, he runs, the Second Life House. Or Eyes Up House is what he calls it, and
get it right.
That how it has bars on the outside, right?
But when this airs, they have a giant show coming up, the 28th. It's like every fucking hardcore band in Arkansas in one house.
Is that the one he's playing like 5 sets?
Yes.
God damn, dude, I could not do that.
It's like 12 fucking bands. It's truly going to be insane. I'll be there cooking too, so it's gonna be
hell yeah.
It's gonna be
so
rad.
28th.
28th.
I'm gonna do my best to come.
You should.
I should. That's another thing, actually. Like, I really want to start going to more shows because,
you should.
Man, like, Smoke Signal started taking a little bit of a break, and I really started deep diving into work and like focusing on money and focusing on my family and things like that.
Which is good.
It's one of those things where it's like, it's not that I don't care at all, but it's like I genuinely, my brain is all the time. So to even like try and focus on like shows and when they happen is so hard. So
I get it, but you still have to make time for
100%.
or it'll just go away.
Yeah,
It's
exactly. Dude, I kind of felt like shit because there was one show that I went to, and I had ran into, I don't remember who it was. I think it was Zach Smith and someone else was with him, and they were like, "Holy shit! Like Britton's at a show," and I was like, "Damn, I need to go to more shows."
So you get to see a stranger. Yeah, I mean, even if it's like one every 2 months, it's like just some.
Yeah,
and
100%.
it's cool and it's fun, and it's cool and fun.
Yeah,
but your brain's got you talked into doing other shit. Well, it's just true. Like your brain's only going to focus on what you want. So
100%.
If you don't want it, dude, it'll fucking forget it pretty fast.
100%.
It really will.
Especially if you start like work for me has
it's
become.
Kind of like how people they say when they're like breaking up, like they already broke up months, maybe even years ago.
Yeah,
it's just in their head.
Yeah. And then they stay together.
And then they just won't get it out of their head until they finally just pull the Band-Aid off. So it's like,
what's funny?
Kurt's dying.
Similar to that is like I've always thought like one thing that I like working on my own like without a boss is because I usually get that way where like if I have a boss and have like a really bad day, my brain automatically goes to that like, oh, they're gonna fire me or I'm gonna quit, and then it just stays there. Yeah. And then usually it's only about a week to 2 weeks later, either I quit or I get fired.
You manifested that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you start acting shittier.
Dude, that shit's
real. Or you start
real.
putting it's 100% real.
Have you ever watched The Secret?
I don't know.
I'm gonna bring up some shit, I guess.
The Secret.
It's like it's a documentary. It's like Law of Attraction type shit. So it's really quirky, and like the documentary itself is probably full of shit because like the stuff that they try to put like in it, it's like, oh, I took a picture of this house and I put it on my
vision board,
and it just stayed there for like 10 plus years, and then like I put it in storage, and then 20 years later I was living in a house and I was going through storage and realized I live in that house now. I manifested it. I'm like, okay, you're full of shit. That's not at all how that works, but. There is something to be said about like manifesting things like on purpose, I feel like, and like saying like I'm going to do this thing and I'm going to succeed at it, and then it becomes like this. I don't have a choice. Like I don't have like oh well I'm gonna fail and I'm done now. Like to me there's no like if I want to do something and I want to succeed, I'm going to like fight my hardest to succeed at it in some way.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Except sometimes it doesn't work because sometimes you have to rely on other people.
That's the hard one.
And that'll bite you in the ass.
That is the hard one. Yeah.
That's okay. Life is what it is.
A lot of ex-band members and
you just have to look backwards and be like, it was all worthwhile. I still done more than most.
I will say, I think that's probably why, well, not why, but like one of the reasons why like Prestige has been able to accomplish some of the things that we have is like it started with just me and like my tenacity and like this printer fucked me over. I've had printers steal thousands of dollars from me. So I was like, okay, well, what do I do then? And then I'd go find another printer. And instead of quitting when, times got tough, I was like, okay, I'm just going to find a way to fight through this bullshit in this roadblock and then find another way up. And then usually ends up taking me to the next level. I feel like it's kind of like art. Like most people quit like halfway through without even realizing it. Like they'll get to a point and they'll be like, damn, I suck, or I'm not cut out for this thing. And it's like, if you had just kept going, who fucking knows where you would have ended up?
Maybe, I mean, true, but also maybe it's not for you. If you're willing to quit that easy.
That's true.
Dude, I've been failing at music for.
I wouldn't say you're failing.
We're going on.
You're in one of the biggest local bands.
I'm saying. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Not even close. We have Johnny Cash, sir. We can't compete.
Wait.
He's from Arkansas.
No fucking shit. I did not know that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Wow.
His childhood home's still like they just renovated it, I think like 2 years ago.
Where is it?
It's fucking the middle of fucking goddamn nowhere.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't think he was
like
a city
middle
boy.
Arkansas, like up in the top. Like
I'm going to get this photo.
Like, if you're looking at the state, it's like up in here. So
like northern central?
I think so.
Like
I want to go. I really want to go. Like
my girlfriend used to live up around there. Like
it's
Flippin'.
It's like literally like a fucking house in a bedroom, like a living room. It's nothing. You walk in, you see the whole thing, you go, that's cool.
That's done.
But yeah, he's from here. So it's like, well, no one can compete really.
Got the Conway hoodie?
No, he stole his name from a map.
Who?
Conway Twitty. Got it from Conway, Arkansas.
Who's that? Oh, wow.
What the fuck? What? Who's that?
I think it's a country guy, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a country
Britton.
guy. I'm not a country guy.
I don't care. You know who Johnny Cash is?
It's Johnny Cash. Fucking Ring of Fire and,
Yeah,
and
he's
shit.
not country, he's punk rock.
And Hurt.
I'll say it till the day I die.
Yeah, I know about it. I went to, oh, God. What is it? Tupelo?
Graceland? Oh.
No, Tupelo, Mississippi,
Yeah.
which apparently is where he was actually from,
Yeah.
but not Nashville. Memphis, yeah. Yeah, and it's really interesting because I went to McDonald's. We were on tour and went to McDonald's.
Look at the Elvis
And they
special.
had a whole Elvis statue there that said something like "This is where I'm really from" or some shit. Like you could tell it was kind of like fuck those
Tupelo's
Tennessee
still mad about the
motherfuckers.
dead guy who's Memphis got all the credit we deserve.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. One being like, "Oh, I didn't know that," but two being like, "Wow, they are fucking salty."
That's pretty salty because if you go to Sun Studios in Memphis, where Elvis became Elvis, technically the guy who is Elvis was from there, but you know,
Yeah.
Elvis is from Memphis.
It's a little embarrassing. I actually know very little about Elvis.
You don't need to know much. He's just a dude.
Something about like stole
He's like
stole
one of
music
the most fucking famous
from black people or
musicians
some
of all
shit.
time.
I don't know.
Well, everybody did back then. It's kind of part
That's
of the,
true.
par for the course.
That is true.
But you should go to Sun Studios and get your learning on.
Where's that at?
It's in Memphis, Tennessee.
I should probably go there. I need to go there more.
Yeah, it's kind of not as cool as it used to
They
be.
had the best barbecue I've ever had in my life.
100%. They do have that. I don't
Yeah.
care what anyone says.
Went to BB King's, I think is the name of it.
Oh, it's not good anymore.
Oh, is it not good anymore?
He's dead.
No,
Once he died, it was
not the
it just
singer, the
went- it just went
restaurant.
downhill. I'm not kidding. I've had everything on Beale Street and then all the stuff around it. Like
Yeah.
I fucking was in actual love with Memphis for the longest part of my life.
Really?
Oh yeah, beautiful. Man, it's a fucking city
happened?
made for music.
That's true.
It's not that anymore.
What happened? No, that's true. Every time
fallen from grace.
I've been hitting up my older content. So Smoke Signals is starting to come back, booking shows and working on getting this EP finished.
Sure.
Actually,
Heard
this time, I
that
promise.
before.
So we're doing the 18th at full moon, so that'll be fun.
January?
Yeah, and I'm gonna get it.
Says who?
I don't know the no. It wasn't full moon. Sorry, Fort Smith.
Oh,
And, Heroes, yeah.
Well, we just played there last night.
Did you?
Yeah.
How was it?
It's fucking awesome. It's
Yeah.
the stage is tight.
This big?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this big.
Yeah. So we actually were like, should we play on the floor? We like
No.
you know, like put the drums, but they has like a drum riser, but the way we play is the drums and the guitars are on the same level. Like
Yeah.
we play at each other and then the singer's in the middle.
Yeah.
So we just all crammed in on the front. When you see it, you'll be like, they put the whole band up here?
Wait, so you didn't use the drum riser at all?
No. We put another drum set on it so the next band will just have their shit ready.
Oh, that's nice of you.
We play always like front of the stage.
Yeah.
Drums and guitar.
Yeah. You know, that reminds me. It's like I hate it when drummers like leave their shit up. I get it for like huge shows, but like the bands who leave like that aren't big that like leave their drums up and like throw curtains over them and shit. And
I
I'm
don't
like,
do that.
it's a little.
Never done that in my life. As a matter of fact, I've started many a fight over things like that.
Yeah, and then they're usually like the slowest to get their stuff off too. They're like undoing every cymbal and putting it in the bag. I'm just like,
Your fucking head off.
you fucking get off the stage. I'm trying to
You
get up
feel
there.
the aneurysm,
Yeah.
like happening in your
Twitching
fucking
a little
head.
bit. Like, I want to play my whole set.
Sounds
Can you
like a
hurry
wa-
up?
Sounds like a water faucet's on. I think my head just popped.
Yeah, they're
Kurt, I gotta pee again.
do it.
Why?
I don't know, dude. Today a very pee heavy day. I've peed 3 times since I've been
It's a
here.
piss heavy
It's a
day.
piss heavy day, dude.
This is where gulag in there. You're just pissing. So what do we do now? Do you and I talk?
Yeah,
Let's do it.
even though he doesn't take that long to piss.
What have you been up to?
Oh, you know, taking pictures and crying.
Taking pictures and crying.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
mostly taking pictures of me crying. Speaking of which, boom.
Damn.
Yeah, it's very bright.
Extremely.
Corey hates it.
So how was the Crashcast Awards?
You tell me, you were there.
I was only there for half of it.
Yeah, but you were there for the half part that mattered.
What was the back half?
The rest of it.
How did you feel about that? How'd you feel about your mom going up there?
That was my idea. I didn't want to do it.
You just didn't want to go up there?
I wasn't sure what to say. And
for the briefest moment, I forgot you were wearing
I did too, and I was like, what the fuck are you?
What fucking Civil War reenactor just
Naruto looking ass.
I'm fucking Santa Claus. What do you mean you forgot?
Can you wear that to the next Vino show? Just what you're wearing now? Just that.
Exactly
That's
the same thing.
Just this one.
Holy shit.
We got to take the photo in this. Though.
Oh my
Yeah, 100%.
god.
100%.
We're talking about the Crashcast Awards now.
Yeah.
Oh, give me the. Oh, cool. Give me that cigar.
Oh, the cigar, the Furnace Fest cigar. No one can see you.
No one can see you.
This is perfect.
You're supposed to take it out of the wrapper.
Yeah, you shouldn't smoke the wrapper.
No, you should smoke the wrapper.
Yeah.
This shit's plastic.
So rappers get smoked all the time.
That's true. Rappers do be smoking.
Corey is such a big individual. So am I.
My feet. It's my feet.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't want to go up there, so I was like, "Hey, you're going up there for me."
That's nice, though.
And yeah,
And she was all like, I'm proud.
yeah. Justin was like, "I'll be the first person to say fuck you, Kurt." He was like, "How'd you like that?" And I was like, "Well, you said it in front of my mom, so that was kind of."
She didn't like it, so I didn't like it.
I was like, "Yeah, I don't know if she really appreciated that very much, but yeah, ice demons, huh?"
Oh, shit. Talking about shit right now.
He tried to fucking hoodwink you.
There you go, Corey.
Thank you. Santa needs his gat.
Santa needs his gap.
Did
Oh,
you
shit.
Did you get your photo
Hit
taken?
the camera.
Kurt's about to fucking. Oh, Kurt.
What? I
You
know
just
what I'm
about
doing.
did it. You just about did it.
I know what I'm doing.
This is how we roll. It's all fucking shoestring budget and chaos.
That's all most things actually are, honestly.
Oh, yeah, Patreon.
For the kids. The Patreon's for the kids. Give me the fucking. You tell me more
Give me the
about the
gabagoo.
video games and the bullshit. I'm gonna go take a shit.
God, I've been rewatching The Sopranos again for the 100th time. I love that goddamn show. It's so good. You've never seen The Sopranos?
No.
Seen bits and pieces.
Oh,
Never seen the whole thing.
dude, it is the best
I've watched
television
like
of all time.
episodes or whatever. That's what they say.
You have to watch the whole thing.
I've
Tried to start The Wire a couple of
enough
times.
people say it that I will agree because
Yeah.
if that many people say it, then it must be at least mostly
Dude,
true.
it's just so unique of a show. Breaking Bad is incredible.
Sure, and I don't have to watch it to know that.
You haven't seen Breaking Bad either?
My God,
What the fuck?
he says the guy who doesn't know who Conway Twitty is.
Oh.
Way older.
I did the Breaking
way
Bad
more-
tour in Albuquerque. Like,
did you
it's-
really? Did
Yeah.
you throw beats on the roof? No, they haven't.
No,
like,
that
off
lady
now.
is a bitch, though.
Well, wouldn't you be?
I was so polite to her, too. I was
but-
like, hi, ma'am, how are you? We'll stay in the road. And then she's like, yeah, as long as you stay in the fucking road. I'm like,
Well, you know how many
Okay.
people don't. You know how many people don't do that.
yeah, that's
you know,
true.
I don't.
That's
I,
true.
I would be a fucking asshole.
throwing pizzas on a roof at one point.
But do you
I saw
think
that.
she like knew what she was buying?
To be, no.
I
No,
don't-
so
I
she
bet
had
they
the
didn't.
show during the show.
She didn't think it was ever going to be what it became.
Yeah, well, so they-
of the house, and then like the driveway or shit like that.
Oh, the inside was a different house?
Yeah, that was a set.
Oh, fuck, okay. Yeah, because I think they gave her like $35,000 or some shit. I don't fucking remember the number I read.
Like, per episode.
Something like that per every episode that it was in the house, or it was in the episode.
Which is almost all
So it's like a lot of money, you know? So I get it. But now that I think about it, as we were leaving, another car was pulling up
It's all
to
day
do the same
every
thing.
day. It never-
So I'm sure it's probably like all the time.
There's no way it's not the most annoying fucking thing on the planet.
Yeah, there's like a 12, 15 foot like fence in front of her house now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But why
There
not-
was a gate in front of the front door.
But why not just sell the fucking house, man?
At that point, dude, she could probably make hella money on selling it. I don't know what
It's
she
in
wouldn't.
Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so cool. Like,
The
so where
market there's
that
gotta
house
be
is,
decent,
like, there's
plus-
only like a few blocks. Then there's the car wash. You don't know what I'm talking about. You haven't seen the show. And then, like, if you've ever seen Better Call Saul, have you seen Better Call Saul?
No.
God.
I know there's an El Camino in there. So
Estimated amount of $12,000 to $1 million per year for use of her property.
12,000 to $1 million.
Yeah,
That is a
fuck?
huge gap.
Has the show.
That is a
For
huge
the
gap.
first 3 seasons, like it was on AMC, nobody watched the show.
Yeah.
Nobody watched it, and then it hit Netflix. Everybody binged it all of a sudden.
I watched it on
and
AMC.
became the biggest show in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, it was actually pretty wild, like going to do that tour is like where everything was. We went to this little candy shop called the Candy Lady, and she had like the blue like rock candy that they
Right,
use for the
from
meth,
meth.
like from the show that you could
Right.
buy in packages. I bought some, so that was really cool.
was it good?
Yeah, it was a little stale though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's
Stale rock
old. I mean,
candy?
it's
It's from the show.
from the like the actual being on the show.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, yeah, had to. I had
Oh,
to.
that's
And then I bought some of like the fresh stuff too.
Sure. But
Yeah.
okay.
You had
would
to.
you keep it and put it next to one of your action figures?
Well, I wasn't collecting action figures back then.
Oh,
Yeah,
my bad.
that's actually a relatively new hobby.
Is it?
It-
I thought you've had.
Newish. So like, I guess it's been about 5 years ish. And it's kind of sad knowing how much I have in 5 years. I spent way too much money on that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
It's no wonder I'm broke.
I don't have things like that. I've been having to fucking talk myself out of buying guns. That's the only thing I'm here lately. No,
fair.
you don't need it. But I want it.
Yeah. The question is for home defense or just for fun?
Whatever the fuck I want it for, right? It's
Yeah.
my stuff.
You're an American. You're allowed to.
I do what
That's
I
the
want.
point.
Freedom, bitch. And I live in the woods for a reason.
Yeah. There you go.
Maybe
go
it's
shoot
for
some
home
woods.
defense if you want it to be, or maybe it's for shooting things in nature if I want it to be.
Or people.
Look, it's not an original idea.
I'm joking.
But
Not really a masker kind of guy.
Someone I follow on here posted that they won a Boston Music Award. This is the award.
Oh, pretty damn
It's
close.
a record
It's just a record.
with the.
I see it. So
That's definitely.
it's basically everything we did. The same.
Well, it's not. It's just literally just a record with like a thing.
Yeah.
On it. It's not even.
It's not even like plaqued.
I don't know if you saw the awards we did.
Yeah.
There's one right here.
Yeah. A little like the. It's actually really cool. The question is there anything on that vinyl?
Yes, those are real.
Yeah, they're real.
What is
it? Huh? Well, I don't know. We
What's
just
on?
randomly picked 20.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
They're real
I like that.
45s.
It's like a big box
Yeah.
full of them.
So they're like, it's like older stuff. So everything on there is going to sound like
Conway Twitty.
Maybe actually there was some Conway. Actually, there was a Conway Twitty, and what's cool about 45s is they're all like singles. So it's like
Yeah.
usually there's like two versions of the same song, or like
Like a remix.
Also with this person.
Yeah.
These things are from long fucking time ago.
That's super
So
sick.
stop. That is fucking fuck.
I hate it.
That fucking song garbage.
I hate it. I love that my daughter is not interested in being in like the current kids like brain rot meme culture.
Dude, that shit.
Left shark.
Yeah, that shit too. Like she thinks like Skibbity Toilet is like the worst thing in the world.
I
And
don't
I'm
even
like,
know what that is.
I'm
It
so
sounds
proud of
fucking
you.
You know
terrible.
Skibbity Toilet?
Yeah.
You know what viewing
I think
is?
now he's just trying to fucking make me angry because like that shit really is just so bad.
Dude, it's crazy like actually hitting the age where like you don't know what
No,
the
man,
because
because I can go back and watch shit from my childhood as an adult too and go, it ain't that.
Oh no, 100%.
Whatever the fuck this shit is fucking garbage.
Yeah, but like not actually knowing what like the
I mean,
new
they even
slang
fucked
terms
up
are and shit.
SpongeBob. SpongeBob was great. Now he's like neon yellow.
What?
Dude, the new SpongeBob is so unfucking watchable.
It's depressing.
To be
It is
fair,
depressing. It's
we
shit.
literally referred to, not SpongeBob, but like
God.
Skibbity Toilet is literally referred to as brain rot.
Yeah, it's actually like, considered brain rot.
Well,
But you know, I would say
That's
like
disturbing.
even like SpongeBob. Like, we were talking about this last night. Like SpongeBob was like the OG brain rot, kind of.
it was the original one.
At least on the main.
That was the first time
mainstream
they
level.
started linking it to like disorders. They were like, this might not be good. But they waited 25 fucking years to admit it.
Yeah,
But it's not like, you know, things take time and you don't know right off the bat because you have to grow a generation of people first.
yeah.
So, oops.
Oopsie.
Well, we fucked that one up. Well,
Yeah.
let's try the next one. Let's give them skibby bullshit. And oh no, it's worse.
The worst part is like so, being an action figure collector, like you know, I go around a lot and look for figures.
Yeah.
And they have Skibbity Toilet toys now, which it's like a literal.
It's a toilet.
It's a toilet.
I've seen it at Walmart.
And the fucking head pops out,
Yeah.
dude. Like I saw this little kid walking around, like he couldn't find his parents, and he's just holding one. He was like,
He just wanted to show it to him, like, oh.
"Mom," and he's like, "That's the saddest guy." One, where's your parents? And two, like,
it's like so fucking dystopia, dude.
where are we now? Yeah,
You know, he was
it's
like, I want a
fucked up.
spitty toilet. And she's like, I don't know what the fuck that is. And he like disappeared to go find it and be like, this is what I want.
Makes me wonder, like, were the parents just like, you know what, run away? It's fine.
Legos need to be cheaper so
No.
they can fucking give those
No,
to kids more instead of
Dude, then they build shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, all the
Creates
Legos are
architects.
like $200.
No,
here's
it's
a Lego set.
Yeah.
It's yeah. I mean,
Now they're like, I want Legos, and they're like, that's fucking $75 for a flower, bro.
For literally a flower, it's fucked up. I bought a buddy of mine the DeLorean Lego set for Christmas last year. It's like $200, dude.
yeah, that's fucking ridiculous.
It's like, why?
Just the
They're
culture of
sick,
it.
but
The 5,000 piece Millennium.
I refuse to believe
he
that
has that
they're-
one actually.
I refuse to
Yeah.
believe that those are actually that much. I'd love to see like their cost analysis.
Oh, dude, I bet
breakdown.
it's. I got to go to the Lego like building in New York. That was really
A
cool.
Lego store in Rogers. You can go check it out.
That's cool.
I don't need a Lego store.
Like it was
I
a
don't care about that.
like a fucking skyscraper.
like-
Legos.
It's not. I've been to one.
Dude, their cost has to be like super low.
There's no way it's worth what they're charging.
No.
The figures are
Like-
what holds value.
Like
Yeah.
I get it. Like they're the only company that does it like they do. They license
Yeah,
a
'cause
ton
even, like,
of brands.
yeah.
Like even the other shit, like it never either made it or it's not, or it's just not around like big block or whatever.
It's coming. I guarantee it. Skibbity toilet Legos.
It's like branding. It's like Monopoly boards.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now they have like one for every city even.
Yeah.
Cities, they have them for like, like
That's what I'm saying.
football teams. And
So it's
anything
like
you could put in, you could make it branded. It's
I don't know.
You need to give him a microphone.
I can't. Well,
we
he.
have one. I have one.
Oh, do you? Oh, hell yeah. This whole time I was like, people are gonna just see.
They're just not gonna hear
We're just
him.
dead
Yeah,
air.
Exactly.
It's just us replying to nobody. Like these guys are schizophrenic. That's hilarious.
I have one, I have one.
No, it's over there.
Oh wait, so it's not plugged in.
No.
So they are
Literally
gonna
right
have
here.
a ton
It's not
of
gonna
dead
fucking-
air.
I have one though.
Oh god, that's funny.
But we can't like undo the audio from it.
Yeah.
It
you
doesn't
mean?
matter if we have 10-channel interface. The audio goes into one program and you can't split it up.
Oh, okay. You're
It's
not running
really
as like
fucking-
stems or anything.
You can't.
Oh, that's a bummer.
It is a giant bummer. It really actually fucking sucks. It hinders a lot of what we're capable of doing.
Yeah.
You guys are on one channel instead of.
Right. So like when we're talking,
Yeah.
so if
we
like
have
I
somebody
said,
on
like
that's
if I'm back
mumbling.
here and then like
Yeah.
if said like sometimes there was two guests, a lot here recently, two guests, and you
Yeah.
have to share a microphone, but people aren't used to going like this to talk,
this,
so
yeah.
it makes it awkward.
Yeah. Of course.
A little bit. It's not like the most awkward, but it is like a trouble. It's a problem.
Can I go up?
You
Shit!
You just don't go up like that. You go up from now lift up from your end.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
So you just kind of squeeze it and go up. And I don't know what you did, but
I broke it. Fuck. I'm so sorry.
Did, but you're never coming back now.
Thank you guys for inviting me, by the way.
I mean, it's crazy that it's been this long. I didn't know.
I'm not gonna lie. I've thought about asking
was
you, but
like-
then I was like, I don't want to be the guy that asks. That's weird.
No, because you were in the OG. You're like in my bedroom.
yeah,
You're like one of the original episodes.
way a long time
Audio
ago.
only. We didn't videotape it. It's just
Yeah,
I kind of miss it.
That was audio only.
Yeah.
wasn't it? Holy shit.
Well, I only listen to these audio only. I don't actually fucking watch podcasts.
Yeah.
There's not a single podcast I watch.
I don't do a ton
I'll
of
do
podcasts anymore. Like for a while there, I was watching like Dudesy and Two Bears One Cave and Your Mom's House and like, all comedy stuff.
Dudesy pissed
was
me
so
off
good.
at the end, dude.
I
What a-
had
what a
stopped
waste.
for a while and I didn't even know it stopped.
Yeah.
And then a buddy of mine was like, "Yo, Dudesy's done." I was like, "Why?"
Made no sense. Made no fucking sense. I was like, what a waste of everyone's fucking time. Like,
Well, how
you
did
got
it
all
end?
these people invested on the 10,000, you know, the 10,000 point thing? The
Yeah.
little AI was trying to create a.
Yeah, the game or
And it was like, you won't believe how good it's going to be. And then it just ended. I don't think that's what the original goal was.
yeah.
Yeah.
You think they just ran out of ideas or what?
No, I think it probably Will Sasso. Everything he
Yeah,
does,
Got
he
busy.
quits. What?
Addis.
Damn.
What?
I think Will Sasso wanted to quit. Everything he does, he quits.
Yeah, it's like he just gets bored and then stops.
That's what I'm saying. Like every pod he's ever done, he quits.
I wonder why, because it's like being so successful, like
everything he's good. Like he's so funny.
Yeah.
But he just, I don't know. Maybe he's self-destructive in that way.
Yeah. We all have our things, I guess.
Oh yeah. I mean, the fact I'm alive is insane to me.
Honestly, same.
I've done a lot of crazy, stupid shit.
I've been this year. I've definitely like, bro. I've gained too much weight over this past year. I'm trying, but nothing's working. But
try less.
I've been
pizza.
worried. I actually don't eat pizza that often.
Really?
It's wild. So like
You sit though.
Huh?
You sit.
I do.
That's what it is.
And like I stopped lifting weights, and that's kind of the big thing. I really want to start again, but it's like that first step of getting back into it is so hard.
You do it at home or at a gym?
That's the thing. I have stuff at home. I just don't use it. I don't know why. It's like there's like a mental block. It's being like, nah.
You're comfortable.
I'm comfy. I'm in a comfortable relationship. You know,
right.
Eat good.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, I say
being
eat good. I
nice.
eat tasty. I don't eat good.
Well, you know, you know what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
well, good, I guess. Depends on how you mean it. It's like it's not
I
like you're
eat
eating
because
fucking,
it tastes good and it's fine, and that's enough if that makes sense.
Spaghetti is good, but also steak and green beans is good. It's like
that's
true.
something
like
that. That's actually something I realized recently is because like lately I've been eating more extravagantly, and when we went to the Crashcast Awards, we were gonna go to that little like I think it was like a new like Mexican or Italian I think it was like a restaurant that opened like up a block away, and I walked in and they were like, yeah, it's gonna be like at least an hour wait, and I was like, I can't do that. Like we got the awards, like I need to eat now. And so we started walking just to go find something, and there was this guy who was like, hey, you don't have to wait an hour here. You come eat at our place. And I was like, you sold me. Let's fucking go. So we walk inside.
That would make me not want to eat there. Like, what is it?
I was just like in a hurry. At that point, I would have eaten anything almost. And so we sit down, and Sabrina goes like, "Did you see the sign outside?" And I was like, "No." And you know, because we were the Crashcast Awards, we were already dressed up and stuff. Yeah. She goes, "There's a dress code for this place," and I was like, "Oh no!
That's that place Taco was talking about.
What did I get us into?" And I was like, "You know what?" Like I open up the menu and I see like a steak is like $65, and I was like, you know what? I've never eaten a place like this before. I've always wanted to eat at a place like this. Let's just fucking send it, dude. Yeah, we're doing the awards. Like, we're celebrating, and let's just fucking do it. And then, so something I learned is like, I paid $200 to eat food that wasn't as good as my girlfriend makes at home. Because I got a steak, and it wasn't as good as my steak. And I got mashed potatoes, and it wasn't as good as my girlfriend's. So I'm just like,
no.
Cool.
I'm pretty sure it's the same place Tacker tried to go to at one time.
Was it not as good because it didn't have like crazy shenanigans going on with it? Like, your steak covered in seasonings and
no, it wasn't anything like that. It was like
a dad steak. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, there is that, yeah. But I feel like if you're spending $65 on a steak, it should taste good. You know, I would think anyway. I guess it's kind of like the guitar thing. It's like at some point, you know, a steak can only be as good as a steak can be.
Right.
You know,
that's true.
My thought is if I'm paying $65 for one, it better be that top tasting.
I feel like you got to get into the $100 steaks.
Yeah, you're probably right. I've never been to one of those places either.
I have one time, and it is next level shit.
So like,
you ever had a steak you can eat with a spoon? That's where that lives.
Yeah,
it's fucking nutty.
So we go to this place called Mount Fuji. Have you been there?
The Japanese
place.
I've been by there.
It's really, really good. We had always kind of thought that place was kind of fine dining, and then I was talking to the owner. Huh?
I love.
Yeah, I was talking to the owner.
The come up from fucking poor to like what you think fine dining is,
right?
Well, the thing when you're poor, you're like Chili's. You're like,
yeah, dude. Okay. So funny story. I had not been to an Olive Garden, and so my girlfriend. Dude, it slaps. It's so good. But still, the thing is, I honestly thought Olive Garden was fine dining.
Of course you did. As you walk in, it's low lit.
Yeah. So
cloth napkins. What is?
We're gonna go, and I'm getting a button-up shirt on, like a little jacket, and didn't wear a hat, things like that. And then my girlfriend's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "We're gonna go to a fancy Italian place, right?" And she's like, it's not what you think it is. I was like, no, it totally is. It totally is. So she gets all dressed up too, and we go to walk in, and I see this dude walk out in a fucking tank top that's covered in stains and like gym shorts, and I'm like, it's not what I thought it was.
It's like the bottom tier.
I straight up thought it was like dress code type of shit, and
that's what they want you to think.
That's the thing is, like, I grew up in small town Kansas, dude. I didn't know what a comic book was until I was in my late teens.
Damn.
Like,
to be fair, when I was
it's a weird life.
Yeah.
The nicest place we could go to.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's.
Oh yeah, those cheddar biscuits fucking slap, dude.
That's poor shit. Right?
Yeah.
Like that's you're like, oh, we're doing it once a month. We go out. With the
family. Exactly.
You know, we spend $100 on a meal, and then you realize, and then you grow up and realize, oh, if you're not spending $100 per person,
per person,
you're not really living high life.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I was talking to the owner at Mount Fuji, and I was like, man, like I love this place, and we've been kind of getting to know each other a little bit every time I go in there because he's one of those like owners that really just likes to talk to everybody. And we were talking about like fine dining and stuff, and I was like, yeah, this is a great place. He's like, oh, dude, this is not fine dining. He goes, this is basically a Chili's. And I'm like, no, fucking no way it's not, because this is the best steak I've ever had. And he's like, no, he's like, we don't have anything like that around here. Yeah.
You got to go to a place where there's no price on the menu. You know, like,
you just get surprised.
Well, because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you ain't got it, you shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
You really.
If you have to ask what the prices are, you shouldn't be there.
Yeah, you shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
And they have things you've never heard of.
Yeah.
You're like,
how much is
what's that?
How much is this? Just leave. You don't need to worry about
it. What's if you have to ask what it is, you don't belong there.
Yeah.
You know, what is that?
Can I take out this? Just leave.
There's no takeout. Yeah. Just...
So that's one thing. Like The Sopranos is they're always eating out at like these crazy Italian places that are like super bougie. The gabagool. And I want to go to one of those places so fucking bad. Or like how they have like they always have the crew hanging out outside the deli and shit.
I feel like that's a New York only kind of thing.
Yeah, New Jersey,
Chicago.
New York.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like I was born to be like in a big city or something, because that's all I want is like big community, like little Italian places and delis and shit. I just wish I was in the Sopranos mob or some shit. But yeah.
I think it's like it's not a pipe dream, but what are they oh fuck.
A fantasy?
No, not a fantasy. There's like that thing where you this is where I should belong, or this is where I belong.
Yeah.
And then you're just really just, you're just like, and then you do it and you're like, oh, actually this is fucking terrible.
This isn't the thing that I thought it was.
No.
It's the piece behind the curtain.
Stink. Yeah.
Yeah.
Food's not as good as it looks on TV.
Yeah. That said, I did go to Milano's pretty recently. Yeah. Have you been there?
I haven't.
Have you, Kurt?
What is that?
It's an Italian place here.
Yeah.
And it's very fancy out in the middle of fucking kind of nowhere. It's like you hop on Cantrell, just keep driving, and eventually you will find this small little place called Milano's. And
how do you spell it?
Milanos. I'm not sure.
You got it.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's close enough.
And it was kind of like that, actually. It was
Milo
like,
with an N.
Yeah. It's like this little Italian place. It was pretty expensive, though, but...
There's a new one in Bryant that's like that called Verona's. It's a tiny little fucking... Started out as a hut, and now they've made enough money that they've remodeled the entire building.
That's amazing.
And you go there, and it's just fucking packed.
Yeah.
People love it. I haven't eaten there yet, but mostly because every time you go by there, it's just like
I'm gonna have to go
a
there.
Full parking lot.
I think I might do Saline County Comic Expo again this year, and that's out towards that area, so I might have to go do that.
Actually the same general area.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Saline?
Yeah. He did say saline.
Saline? Is it?
Saline.
Saline. Okay, sorry. Celine Dion.
Saline Mustang.
Saline Dion.
He is legend in the Celine Dion cover last night.
Oh, that's sick.
What'd you do last night?
Well, it was Sabrina's birthday.
Oh, shit. Oh, well, happy birthday, Sabrina.
Thank you. And then 2 weeks later. The horror awards was when we announced the game, so we were all at a party for that.
Oh,
so we had like she made a cake for Shiver and everything.
Horror awards. You were at an award show?
No, it was
awesome.
Yeah, it was so delicious, dude. She's the Sabrina Fountain. She does cakes. Hire her.
Oh, cool.
So,
could she do a crashcast cake?
She absolutely could. Dude, hold on, I'll show you a photo.
Okay, show me. Yeah, please.
Yeah,
so now we got to
get the horror awards.
A Patreon, some things to be a building. I don't know how much that's going to cost.
Building?
Yeah, we got to.
He already forgot.
Yeah.
Oh no, I want that real bad. I might just pay for that out of my own pocket.
honestly, I'm really excited about that because it helps make the world more immersive in the game. And
and you're invested in.
It's like you want to play it to go to that place.
Every Patreon person with a thing in there has now become a promoter of this game.
Yeah.
It's like they paid to be like, I'm going to tell everyone about this because I have a stake in it. It's like
so here's Sabrina's like cakes that she does.
Oh shit.
And then I'll show you the one that she did for Shiver. So yeah, because that's the thing.
Man, these are insane.
Dude, she's crazy at it. With the game, like I would love to get people locally involved. Like I think it'd be so fun to like for example, if we made you like an NPC. That would be fucking sick.
Just me in this outfit.
Like I'm just thinking, like we go. Okay, let's say like the Crash Castle is like a fucking like a record store, and there's like a stage or some shit.
Right.
And then like you go to like knock on the back door, and there's like you in the back, and you can have like dialogue with them or something like that.
Whoa,
that would be fucking cool,
that's
right?
Insane.
And like my thought is like it's not just me. It's like the whole team is kind of like this. Like we want to have NPCs. And we want to like get local people involved because we want it to be an Arkansas thing. I mean, what fucking video games come out of Arkansas? You know?
There was that rumor that the Rockstar guy
Tetris
was going to make one of the places Hot Springs.
No way.
Oh, there's always been that
Yeah,
rumor.
here's the
It was like a rumor.
the Shiver cake that she did.
This is fucking awesome.
Yeah, and our logo is complex. If you want to show the camera,
Oh yeah.
so she can.
Well, I don't know if it's gonna.
Yeah, move it away.
Yeah. Whatever. Sabrina Fountain Cakes on Instagram.
They're fucking rad as fuck. Like,
Dude,
truly.
she's so good. It's insane.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
But
He said, "Sorry, I swear nothing saw your dick."
It's
but yeah.
huge. Fucking
So yeah, I'm not
Britain's
sure
got a
when we're
hog
gonna
on
start doing like NPC stuff yet. We're still pretty early
What's
on.
the
and, like,
Patreon? Is it just the name of the game?
yeah, so it'll be patreon.com/Team Nocebo.
Team Nocebo.
Yeah,
Okay,
this one right here.
Nocebo. So
Yeah.
just like it sounds. Okay,
Yeah.
Team Nocebo.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't have anything to type that with. Kurt, will you write that down?
We have 6 computers for it.
I'll never.
I got it.
But yeah, you can also do teamnocebo.com and it'll give you all the information,
Sick.
link you everywhere. So I'm excited about it, man. Like it's a really big venture.
It's a wild ass undertaking.
Extremely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like coming into like video game development, it's again peek under the curtain or peek behind the curtain or whatever. Like finding out how the stuff actually works is wild.
Yeah.
You know, it's you think it's something as simple as like, okay, you place like a fire on some wood and you have a campfire, right? It's not that simple. Like that thing has to have like particle effects and that thing has to have smoke that comes from it. It has to have like glow and all of those things are completely separate. They have to be made
with too, right?
Yeah, and interactive with. And like, you know, depending on what it is you're making. But it's like if something, let's say like a person falls off a building, right? It's not like there are actual physics and gravity that will like you make them go off and they just fall down. You have to code the gravity, and then you have to like hand animate where certain things go. You have to animate each individual limb or finger to make it look like they're actually
every
following.
motion you want it. So like,
unless you have a mocap suit, and then it becomes complicated because the thing is like mocap suits will do of the body, but it won't do fingers. It won't unless you have special gloves. And those suits are like $3,000 just for the base.
I can believe it.
You know, and then like so we used an iPhone for her face because it has LiDAR and you can use like mocap and stuff like that. Yeah. So like we did that, but then we had to like hand animate her body and everything. So it's like
and then all that has to move in conjunction with itself. And
yeah, every single detail is like a separate entity that if something doesn't work correctly, breaks everything. It's wild. Jesus Christ, like finding out like whenever, you know, games have bugs and stuff, like what that actually means.
People, yeah, no way.
Whew, dude, because the thing is like, you know, if a person walks into a wall and they fall through the map,
clip through it, yeah.
The thing is, what most people think is, oh, maybe the wall's not moved correctly, or whatever. Dude, it might be something on the other side of the level causing that to happen that you don't even know what it is until you have to fuck with everything to figure out what caused that thing. It's wild.
So you're reading like through like lines of code and seeing it in real time?
Luckily, we don't have to use code because Unreal Engine has this thing called blueprints. So it's like, you guys use
you know we don't.
Yeah, like for video editing, what do you guys use?
DaVinci.
Okay, so you know how it has blueprints?
No.
Really? because I think I use Adobe. So like, I thought you guys use. No, that's not bragging. I hate it. I fucking hate Adobe so much, dude.
I'm vehemently against
none of Adobe's shit actually works correctly, and it's so irritating. But yeah, anyway,
it's so proprietarily fucked.
Yeah. So blueprints kind of act like little like coding hubs that you can like place in. So you can be like, oh, I want this thing here, and then you connect it to another thing instead of having to like actually
You're talking
type
about like
in.
color grading on DaVinci.
Yeah,
That's
so like
more like that.
the same. So like how it has nodes.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing. Only instead of using color grading, it's the coding.
So you're like building a character and then attaching it to something like a room.
Sort of, yeah, kind of like that, yeah.
But then how do you make it interact with like literally every fucking
That's
thing?
a whole different thing. So like that's where it gets complicated. Is the movement
I watch
of the
these
character.
new video games and I go, who the fuck is doing this? Who the fuck? Like
So, like,
4,000 people are making.
Depending on
this
what game
fucking
you're talking about, like usually it's like
It's like a skyscraper of people.
Yeah,
Truly.
it's like 1 to 300 people minimum.
Yeah.
Small teams have 100 people usually, or like 50 to 100.
Sure.
And we're 3 people.
You're gonna have to grow that team a bit.
That's the goal.
Was this a shit you just farm out at this point?
No.
Like there's like a head, and then you're like, we paid infographics in fucking Beijing to.
No, so we're going to try and do as much internally as possible that we can. So where Joe comes in is like he's not just voicing a character; he's also going to be able to help 3D model some stuff, maybe some animation.
That's fine.
But he also has all of his contacts to the gaming industry. So like he's like, yeah, if you ever have any like Unreal crashes and you can't figure out what's happening, call me and I'll call my old boss, who's like an Unreal Engine wizard.
Whoa.
And then we'll just figure it out that way.
That Unreal Engine is unreal.
It's fucking crazy. It's so crazy, dude. It's wild that like with music and plugins and VSTs and shit, now anybody can make like a professional sounding record. That's kind of how gaming is now too. Like,
I mean, sort of.
like there's these people on YouTube that you can find that like I made a video game in 24 hours.
Oh, really?
And they're shitty games. Don't get me wrong. Well, I say shitty. Like they're not like polished. They're not.
Well, it's 24 hours.
It's 24 hours. You know, it's like a game. There's something called a game jam. Have you ever heard of that? So a game jam is where usually like developers will meet up and like they will say like, okay, we're gonna form this little team and we have like one. It's usually like a weekend.
Oh, so it's
we have one weekend to make a game
jam,
that you
like a
can
jam
play.
session.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
okay.
So one weekend to make a game. So like we now have stuff like Unreal Engine and Unity that like people like you could make a video game with no knowledge in like a week if you really wanted to.
It'd be so bad.
It's crazy.
It'd be so. I have no fucking idea what people like, so I would just be like, I don't
So
know.
that's the
One of
hard
those,
part.
Those blow. What is it? Far. What's the game where you just break everything?
Yeah.
You just the whole game is just destroy the game.
Teardown?
No, that doesn't sound right.
You know what's interesting?
Is it?
Something maybe what you just said. I actually find really interesting because it's something that I've been fighting with myself musically.
Fucking dog shit.
So you said I don't know what other people like, right? That's how I've been fighting myself on music for years. I've
You've been
always
trying to
been
write for other people?
For other people.
Oh, no.
That's so. Whenever
That's terrible.
for those who don't know, I used to play in a band called Bermuda, and how I ended up in that band was I had a local band out of Fayetteville. Our drummer had booked this huge festival called July 4 Corps that was a huge offshoot of Warped Tour. And we played and we were so tight that a lot of the bands thought that we were on Warped Tour. Like, I See Stars and shit were like, dude, what date are you guys playing? Because you guys are killing it. And I'm like, thanks.
Whatever
you
you
know?
want us to, man.
And then, so
Call Kevin.
the dudes at Bermuda were there and they had just lost their guitar player and bassist. And they saw us and they were like, you guys want to play in a touring band?
You know, I passed up an opportunity like that once. I fucking regret it all
Really?
the time. Yeah.
There was good and bad that came from it.
Always. Well, the connections you're going to make her fucking...
Good connections,
That's
yeah.
why I wish I would have done it.
Playing in that band was not healthy though. That's for sure.
That's okay. Alcoholism.
No,
Was it the
no,
band
it's
or
not
was it
that.
touring? Oh, Coke?
No. The vote. I don't know if I want to say anything.
Okay, fine.
Let's just say there was someone in the band who
Crimes?
took a lot of roid rage more than anything,
okay.
and they were a very
Tim Lambesis.
toxic. Kinda, yeah, actually, pretty close to the situation, yeah. But anyway, long story short, it fucked up my whole thought process of music because I was like, okay, so to be a successful musician, you need to approach things this way. That's what I started to think. So whenever Smoke Signal started, it was like, okay, I need to be doing this type of stuff, having these types of choruses, having, me reaching out to these people to get special management and PR and blah, 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 rather than just wanting to play fucking music.
Just come right what comes out of your head.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so like it took me a long time to fight past that. And I still honestly struggle with it where I'm like, okay, I need to make sure like I have the chorus within the first 30 seconds of the song. Otherwise it won't be catchy enough for the algorithm, blah, 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 blah. I fucking hate it so much. And it's interesting because it's like what you were just saying about the video game. If I don't know what people like, I feel the opposite about the game. I don't give a fuck if people like the game.
Right.
I'm making the game that not I'm making the game, but we are making the game that we want to play.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's interesting because we're already seeing so many people be like, dude, this is fucking cool. Rather than like with music, it's always like people comparing it to other shit.
I mean, but fucking who cares? As soon as a game comes out, they'll have the same issue.
Yeah.
Everybody's always
100%.
comparing everything.
We've already had like a couple comments being like, well, this doesn't look like it's running in real time.
To me, I'm just like, well, if you're comparing it to all this great shit that I like, then I'm cool. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a weird backhanded compliment, really.
Yeah, exactly. So like my thing with the whole music thing is like, I've always tried to find a line between like what it is that I want to play and enjoy while keeping it marketable, if that makes sense. And that's been really hard because a lot of the shit that I like is like, like Meshuggah and death metal.
But they're big.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
they're 100%. And then
I'd love to be in their shoes.
God, this fucking bug won't leave me alone.
But yeah, it's the cologne. I think it's attractive.
It is the cologne.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a gift, and it's making me have flies.
Stink like shit,
and you don't have flies.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's got to be because I smell good, right?
Right. That's what we'll call it. You just start crying. It's because I smell good, right?
Fuck, dude. Yeah. It's so interesting, man. Like,
sounds daunting to me. I can't even like wrap my head around something that fucking huge.
I live a really interesting life, honestly. Like, a lot of it has come from like, so I've been doing therapy for like 2 or 3 years now.
Okay.
A lot of self-reflection and
BetterHelp. This episode brought to you by BetterHelp.
Therapy Den, actually. I don't like BetterHelp because they don't pay their therapist correctly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Therapy Den. This episode brought to you by Therapy Den.
So a lot of self-reflection and things like that, and it's really interesting. Like, a lot of the things that I do or say, I've kind of had to catch myself because I know a lot of it comes from, I'm from a small town. I feel like I'm not shit, right?
Sure.
Whereas I look around, and I see people like you or like Stan or William, and everybody loves you guys and looks up to you and stuff like that. So I'm like, fuck, I want to be cool too. You know what I mean?
I'm not cool.
You are though. You're super cool.
But
it's interesting because like
I'm just doing things I like to do, and it just
see that's the thing that's where my mind's going now is because like coming from a small town.
Because if you be yourself, Britton.
Yeah.
People like when it's authenticity.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like I've always felt like growing up and coming from that small town, like, oh, I need to make sure I don't appear a certain way, otherwise people won't like me.
People won't like you. Yeah.
Yeah, and also another thing is like that self-loathing that you get from. I'm having to think about how I want to word this because people might listen to it. Being raised in a way of feeling like you aren't really enough. If that makes sense. Yeah. And nothing that you do ever will be enough. Having to feel like you need to come across as like a certain type of professional.
It happens a lot in small towns because they want you to survive.
Yeah, honestly.
It honestly comes from a good place, but they say it kind of in a bad way.
Yeah, 100%.
Because really they're like, well, if you do this, you might not be doing well in life. Yeah. And we want you to do well. Right. But it's guaranteed because the job at Piggly Wiggly actually will pay your bills for the most part. Well, back then they certainly would. Now, fucking... You'd have to have 7 Piggly Wiggly jobs.
Yeah. And honestly, in like a year, Piggly Wiggly will be automated by AI.
Right, exactly. But now is not then, and then was very different. Money actually went somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. But it's really interesting, like, now getting to a position where it's like I came from a really small town with nothing. Like, very dirt poor when I was growing up. And now it's like the comment I made earlier about how, like, whenever you get money, you see who someone really is. Sure. It's like I've caught myself where I'm like, okay, now I have some excess money and I'm buying all the dumb shit that I always wanted rather than like,
That's a new money problem. I was just at a friend of mine's house and he's got this beautiful new shop and all this stuff and I was like, And we grew up together. I know he was raised poor as hell, and I'm like, that's that new money living, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Like, I think I'm at a point now where like I've started to realize. So like my last therapy session where I bring this up is I had made the realization that none of those things actually bring me happiness the way that I thought that they were going to.
Sure.
You know, and it's like it's interesting. So now I'm on a hunt for like what actually does bring me happiness. I don't know. Dude, whenever she was like, she always does these things where like she'll have me talk and have me like self-realize things. Whoo, dude, it fucking hits hard.
But that's
sometimes.
That's the best way to do it. Because if you come, like I can tell you all day long, hey Britton, you're fucking up. Hey Britton, you're fucking up. Hey, Britton. And you're gonna tell me, well, you don't know shit. And 3 years later, you see me in the hallway and you're like, I don't want to admit it, and I'm not gonna, but you know, you were right. And I'm not saying like, but that is what it is, though, right?
100%.
We all do it.
100%.
You can tell me all day long, oh, that's bad, that's bad. It's like I'm not gonna really agree with you till I fuck up.
Yeah. 100%.
Or I realize that it was bad, or whatever it is. And
it's always the self-realization that helps promote the most growth, I guess.
Well, yeah, because now you realized it.
Yeah, rather than friends.
It's like a little
or
life
people telling
trophy.
You know? Yeah, exactly. The therapist just kind of helps you get there a little faster, I guess.
Therapy's good if you need, especially because you can just talk.
Dude, I honestly think that everybody should have.
I think you can
at
just
least a smidgen of therapy.
Talk out loud to yourself, and even just that. Just say the shit in your car on the way to work.
Something's breaking over there.
It's okay.
My phone fell.
You know, I think that just introspective thought.
Yeah.
Which is therapy, really. You're just doing it out loud.
Yeah.
With another person to kind of help steer the car. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't need it. You don't need another person. You can get there. It just might take a little longer.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you're like a full-blown narcissist, I feel like.
Well, that's different.
That's a whole different
thing.
Whole different can of worms.
And even
honestly.
a fucking full-blown, not going to even if they go to therapy, they're probably not really going to have any breakthroughs. They're going to figure out how to change their demeanor and use it as like a poisonous leeching effect. Yeah. They'll go, oh, so you see that in me. Let me change that. And let me be a little more like what you say I need to be like, so more people will like me. So
I definitely have noticed. How do I word this? So
snakes, boy, they're everywhere.
There's a so in The Sopranos they actually talk about this too. Dude, they cover everything in that show. You have to watch it. So
I've never watched it.
You have
I'm
to.
sorry.
You have
They're
to.
too long episodes.
So narcissistic like sociopaths will often use therapy of a way of like validating their feelings because they're essentially manipulating the therapist.
Yes, absolutely.
It's wild to me.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and they'll just use it as a fucking growth model for their self, not to be a better person. So they can be more of a con artist.
More of a piece of shit.
Yeah. It's wild.
Exactly.
But that's like it comes from, you know, we used to all just be hunter-gatherers, man, and you had to make a fucking way, and now
that's true.
It's not the way it is, but we were that for a long time, and that shit's just still in us.
Yeah, honestly.
It really is. Like, and there's, you know, the whole thing, like there's 12 archetypes of people, and they break it down into like this person, and there's like these X factors that make a person, and it's just like, it's kind of like dead the fuck on.
No shit. I don't think I know about this.
You should look at it. It's very interesting, like, just to start breaking people down into like how they operate.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn, there really isn't that many different kinds of people, because we're all just trying to live. Really.
Oh yeah, everyone's just trying to do their best.
You're just trying not to die as long as, like, the game starts. The clock starts too. Don't die.
Yeah.
How long did you make it? You know.
Yeah.
Some of us are like a week or two. Some of us are like 140 fucking years.
That shit's so wild to me, man. Like those videos of like the old women who are like 110 years old.
I just watched
like,
one, and she was in like perfect health. It was insane.
Yeah, she's like, my trick is I drink a Dr. Pepper every day.
And I smoke 4 packs of menthols every week.
And
you're
you
like,
know, if they stopped doing that to try and be healthy, they would die.
Yes,
it's fucked up.
I have a friend who actually believes. It's kind of a crazy thought. I don't know if I probably do disagree, but he's like, you just have to live how you live, but you just can't be destructive in how you do it. But if you, like, he's like, I smoke and I feel fine, but other people smoke and they don't feel fine. I'm like, I think it's genetics you're talking about. I think you got lucky.
DNA.
Yeah. But he's just like, if I stop it'll get worse, so I don't stop. And I'm like, I'm having a hard time arguing with you because like, I don't know why, but maybe that makes sense. But
it's like it feels like it makes sense, but it also feels wrong at the same time.
Yeah. What? Wow. It's like if I never go to the doctor, I didn't have cancer.
It's like Schrodinger's cat, but for health.
Yeah, but for health.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Honestly, that kind of feels like my dad. Like, I was talking to him pretty recently, and he was like, yeah, I just don't drink water. I'm like, what?
That's insane.
What the fuck do you mean you don't drink water? I told my mom this, and she's like, yeah, me neither. I just drink tea. I'm like, well, it's still got water in it.
That's a ton of water. That's like just flavored water.
Yeah, my dad just mostly drinks
soda.
like Dr. Pepper and beer. Like, he's like, yeah, I think I've had like 5 bottles of water probably in the past like 10 years. I'm like,
what the fuck? Bro, he probably doesn't understand how good he would feel.
I know.
Being hydrated is like the best
That's
feeling.
what I tell them. I'm like, they're like, yeah, it doesn't taste good. I'm like,
it's water.
It's got oxygen in it. You should probably drink it.
Put a flavor pack, Dad. It's the 2020s.
Yeah,
we can make water not taste like shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I drink almost exclusively water and sugar-free Sprite.
For a second there, I thought you were picking up a beer can.
Exactly. Honestly, if they made,
I drink water. It's just beer.
I mean,
got it.
If they made a different canned water that was accessible, I would just use that.
Yeah.
These ones are kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm on to them.
Yeah.
Thought of a new gripe too, Kurt, about Liquid Death.
Yeah.
Can't carry the box good.
Yeah.
There's no fucking handle.
So Coach Light.
What about it?
Oh.
You're in it, right?
Yeah, playing Coach Light.
Shows coming up?
Yes, February 8th.
February,
I believe.
Yep, that's one of them.
Yeah. And then I think there's something that they're talking about doing where they're going to do another Journey set, but I won't be playing that one because I don't have time to learn the entire Journey set. There's one more show. You know what? I'm pulling up my phone.
There is another Journey, yeah.
February 8th. Where at?
February 8th at Full Moon Records.
That's what I figured. As I knew Kurt was bringing it up for some reason.
Why are there 2
I was
shows?
just bringing it up because it's something he's involved in that we haven't touched on it all yet.
I kind of forgot about Coach Light, you being in it. You're doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, dude, I do a lot of stuff. Kurt said it best. I wear a lot of hats, metaphorically and literally.
Put this hat on top of your hat.
Yeah, February on top of that.
Put this hat on top of that hat.
Okay, so February 1st is tentative for the Journey show. I'm probably going to get yelled at for saying that, but it is what it is. And then March 22nd, Full Moon with Lumina. February 8th, Full Moon with I Dream in Cellophane.
Oh, hell yeah.
Smoke Signals is January 18th in Fort Smith. And then potentially the 31st, Kurt and I started talking about, but we'll see. And I think that's it for shows.
That's actually a lot of...
Oh, that's probably a bad move then. Probably should do a different one.
That's actually a lot of shows in a relatively short amount of time.
Yeah, and I have a ton of songs to fucking... I have to relearn like most of the Smoke Signal set because other than the old songs...
Yeah, but you're a pretty good guitar player. I think you'll be all right.
I appreciate that.
There you go.
There we go. How's that look?
Now we're festive.
Relearn songs you've written?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Incredibly. Sure. So, like, we have...
It's just muscle memory. You're just trying to remember the fucking...
Yeah. The hard part is, so we have 2 songs that we're playing in our new set that are, like... we've been playing them for a while, but then we just tracked, like, the final versions where some of the riffs got changed. So now I have to remember the new version, not... because some of the riffs are completely different. So I have to, like, be like, wait, which version of this song am I playing? So
that actually sucks.
Fun.
Yeah, that sucks.
And it's not just riffs. In some cases, it's like parts have changed. So like one part that used to be a really heavy thing is now a soft thing, or used to be nothing and now is a verse or a bridge or some shit. So that's real fun.
Oh no.
Yeah. The thing with Coach Light, it's fun. I don't write anything. It's, I got asked to join on bass because Austin and I are good friends. They didn't have a bass player, and I could play the parts, and it just kind of worked.
You got your own bass set up, or are you using all digital shit now?
All digital shit, honestly, except for like with a cab and stuff like that.
You actually have a cab?
I like using cabs. Like Smoke Signals, we stopped using cabs because George wanted to stop, and ironically enough, is when I gained a bunch of weight. Ironically enough,
so it was the cabinets.
I honestly think. Yeah, that's the exercise I was getting, and how it went away.
Exercise,
yeah, and I honestly like it does sound better with cabs on stage.
100%.
Like I feel like unless you're playing the hall or bigger, you
have
probably
to have stage
need cabs.
volume. You have to.
Yeah,
on a small venue, you have to have it, dude. It's like so much of your sound is from those
cabs.
speakers.
Yeah. I almost feel like whenever you mic cabs and stuff, it's like what's coming through the PA. Like, let's say you're playing Vinos or something. Like, it's additive to what you already have on stage, rather than you only
it's just
utilizing
boosting
that.
what's there.
Yeah. I remember, like, I saw a show at, I want to say it was Vinos, where like a band didn't use cabs, and then the band after them did use cabs, and it was a pretty substantial difference.
Also,
in like
if
how
you're a
loud it was.
band and you're not using cabs, the people standing at the front of the stage or under the PA system,
They ain't
ain't
shit.
hearing shit. They're hearing drums and some of the vocals that are coming through the monitors.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's it.
Yeah,
and if you use an electronic drum kit, well, you're just fucked.
You're fucked.
Don't stand
Speaking
up
of
front.
electronic drum kit, I really would like to bring Void Runner back.
I don't know why it ever went away. It's my favorite thing you've done.
George started getting busy with his other projects. I started deep diving into work. And then it was already like Smoke Signals was already kind of like chilling and like sort of going into sleep mode after Trevor left to go do Held Tight full time. Mm-hmm. And so it was just kind of just stopped. It wasn't even like a conscious thing. It just kind of did. But now that with Smoke Signals, we have all the songs written for our new EP. Most of them are done. They just need like final mastering. There's only one song that like needs vocals still, and then after that's done, we're getting it out and just being done with it so that we can play shows and then start focusing on Void Runner. Because with Void Runner, we wrote like 15 songs, I think.
Jesus.
And we didn't release all. That's not even including like the covers and stuff we were doing for fun. Yeah. Like 15 originals, and then it just kind of pressed pause. So like. Now going back and listening to them again, I'm like, okay, these songs need to just go away. They don't fit the vibe. These need reworked, things like that. So like, I just want to get it done because that thing is such a passion project for me.
I mean, even if you just put it out, just get it done and put it out there.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, exactly.
That's okay
well,
too.
That's the thing is like something I've been fighting with, like that conversation about like, marketing and all that stuff is like, I find that you go down the rabbit hole of like chasing perfection that isn't there. Mm-hmm. It's like, because you can remix a song until oblivion. Yeah, dude. You can remix a song literally an infinite amount of times to get it better or whatever, but it's like at some point you have to press the stop button and say, okay, it's time to just fucking
What do you think it is? Like second to fifth time? Like revisions? I'm always like your third revision's kind of.
Yeah, honestly.
You're already there. Like
pretty much.
Really, you're being picky about
anything after 3. You're just nitpicking, and that can be a good thing or it can be a bad thing. But
I think it probably depends on the genre.
Yeah, 100%.
Like if it's punk rock, don't overthink it.
Oh, dude. Honestly.
But if it's like some periphery level shit, you go like, well,
that's where it gets
complicated.
Exactly
perfect.
Yeah, that's where it gets complicated. Like, so on that conversation, I something I've been trying to deep dive down lately because I talked to like Heaven and William and everything. I've talked to them about music and we have very different opinions on stuff. So I brought up like Sleep Token, and I know Kurt's got opinions too.
He just fucking shit in his pants, dude.
He's like, leave now. So the thing is, like, when I listen to Sleep Token or Spirit Box or Periphery, For me, I hear like this is a perfectly crafted piece of music that gets across the emotions exactly as it's intended. Everything is compressed in a way that you can hear every note. And for me, it's like I hear that differently than how they hear it. Whenever they talk about it, they're like, I hate how compressed it is. I hate how the kick drum is right up front. I hate that you can hear every note. And I'm just like,
it's almost as if it's not for everyone, and some.
100%. So I've been trying to find that middle ground between what is raw and what is produced,
overproduced,
and and so it's really interesting trying to find that line. And so it's like, I found that in most cases, whenever people talk about raw, they're actually just talking about they just don't like compressors. They just don't like
for
things.
the most part, yeah. They don't like everything sitting at the front of the track.
Yeah. And it's really interesting to me because I don't understand why they wouldn't. Because it's like, then you're actually hearing what every instrument is doing.
Sure.
If that makes sense.
No, it does. I think I could articulate it a little bit.
But at the same time, I also get like black metal, for example. Like if it sounded like that, it wouldn't sound like black metal. It would sound like death metal.
Well, because you need the atmosphere.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what
I've been trying to deep dive down black metal.
But also it lacks a lot of depth.
Yeah.
There's no dynamics.
There's no low end in black metal at all.
And dynamics that's what moves you.
Yeah. The bass is honestly what you feel more than anything.
Yeah. And you gotta, I get like, like we were talking about earlier, everyone's going to take everything to the extreme always, no matter what it is, old or new. Like eventually, like even like was once simple will now be like the most complex thing, and blah blah blah, 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 blah. But I think depending on the genre, personally, that's where I've gotten to. I'm like, okay, because I used to be like that exact way, like don't over compress it, don't over.
Yeah.
Even with our record,
yeah,
we had to ask Nathan to like bring it down some because he's so meticulous about every.
He does a lot of those
thing.
modern productions and stuff too, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I mean, he's done a
like
ton of
census
shit.
and stuff like that.
And so it's like everything's perfect and in the right spot, and we're like, no.
So that's my question: is why?
Because it needs depth. It needs a like something you could like. When it's quiet, it needs to actually be quiet. If you have to actually pay attention to it to hear it, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's forcing you to fucking actually be in this with us. And also the songs are extremely fucking like the vocal matter is like extremely dark and sad and
and
so it draws you in, especially when it forces you to listen.
Yeah.
So like, and then when we're coming out of that, I want it to fucking hit harder. So like, if something's the same volume all the time, like if it's clean, it's not gonna have the same hit because it's always the same volume.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Which is fine. For that kind of music, it works. For our kind of music, it does. That's why I'm like, now I think about it in like genre.
Of course, of course.
Like for that music, of course it works. Mm-hmm. For my music, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
And I can honestly make it a fucking pretty good example.
Please do. So I'm actually like really invested in like, so like the thing is like people have felt like I'm like anti-hardcore or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. I have one of my first big tours with Bermuda was with a pretty prominent hardcore band. It was not a good experience.
But you can also not like something.
Oh no, 100%. But like, let's be real. I mean, like Little Rock is predominantly, it is a hardcore scene. Like
for sure.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
But me coming from like a metal background, metal core background, I'm really invested in like learning about the mindset behind it. Even though I don't particularly like a lot of the music, and it's not that it's bad or anything like that. I just want to understand the psychology behind it.
Sure.
Because like, I love psychology. I love getting to the mindset behind things with people.
That's why you like all the compressors.
Yeah, exactly. I like details.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
but it's interesting. So I'm actually really curious about like the example stuff that you're talking about.
I think of like a recent one, honestly, like something that would be like the dynamic shift of a band.
Yeah.
And I know people are like, oh my God, you're bringing this band. Under Oath.
Okay.
Always got high quality records.
Yeah.
They go to like these big ass studios.
What's your favorite Under Oath record?
Lost in the Sound Separation.
That is a good record.
It's sonically, it's a masterpiece.
As much as I want to say it's like one of the older ones because I grew up on it. Yeah.
What's the record right before
I think Disambiguation is my favorite.
A lot of people say that because it's a different.
A lot
record.
of people hate it too.
Yeah, well, that's because it's not an Under Oath record.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Under Oath's
very
really
different.
2 people, right?
Yeah, that's true. Did you see that video where they just played "When the Sun Sleeps" with Dallas Taylor?
Yeah, and we were in Alabama, and they played that song and didn't have him on it. Anyway, their new record.
Yeah.
They've been on this journey
I have not heard the
of
new record
hyper
yet.
production. Well, it's not out yet. They're doing their
okay.
single releases right now. But Teeth was the first one on there.
Mm-hmm.
Teeth is one of these songs that is everything is fucking mastered to the fucking nines.
Yeah.
It's really ridiculous sounding, especially for that band.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that song.
Okay.
I think it's utter trash. And I'm a diehard. Like I've rode for that band for so many years, through so many arguments, through so many people telling me it's the worst. Like fuck you, no it isn't.
Dude, it's straight up my emo background, man.
Right. So like, this song is ass.
Yeah.
But it's overproduced. Like even live, it just seems fake. And then they play a song right after that they wrote
a long time ago, yeah.
On the same equipment with the same sound engineer. Like even in a live setting, it just doesn't fucking sound like that band.
Interesting.
And the very next song that they put out on the same record isn't like that, and it's fucking great. There's one part where it's a little overdone, and I think everyone probably agrees. I think the whole internet went, this is what we want, just not this one little part here. This is fucking weird. Why'd you do that?
Yeah.
But other than that...
Interesting. It makes me wonder why they did it. Like, was it a producer choice, or if they just wanted to try something?
I think they're a band that's always constantly tried to adapt and evolve.
Yeah, like Papa Roach.
Well, because you get 2 records with Under Oath, and then it's almost a complete genre shift.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Like, they just shift hard to one direction. It's still them because it's still them playing the instruments. Like you still have like
They just want to try something
because the
fresh.
minutiae are what make you sound like you.
Yeah.
Your nuance parts,
The quips.
everything else is kind of the same as everybody else.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, it really is. How many times can a band play do-do-ka-da?
Yeah.
It's in every fucking band in every album of all time, but
Yeah.
it's how you come out of that and go into
The
it.
transitions and things like that, yeah.
The little bitty nuancy bits, or maybe
Yeah.
when you're sticking on the drums, you actually like hit it with your thumb, so it makes this little different
Yeah.
sound. It's like a little muted, you know, for some reason, and nobody knows why.
Yeah.
And it's just how you play, you know, like that's really like we're getting real nitty gritty. People are
of course.
turning this off.
This is fucking nerdy
We're
shit.
like down in the fucking teeth of like.
That's all right.
That's my favorite parts too, like the minutia bits.
Yeah.
But I don't like.
Oh, Tommy's watching this right now, like jerking off to it.
I think we're like Tommy Robinson. He likes to nerd out too. I love having nerdy.
Because like you'll get into like this stuff, and then we'll be like, all right, time to go, or like go to like a different topic, and he's like, God damn it.
Yeah.
It's but yeah, so like you just want to bring all that to the top, and I'm like I
Sort of.
So yours
Sort of.
yours is like this, and mine is like break it apart and have like if you look at our record on like a new one you take and it just looks like a strip of duct tape when you put it in.
You're talking about the sound waves?
Yeah.
Yeah, we call it chocolate barring.
Chocolate bar.
Yeah, it looks like a big
I
chocolate
just,
bar.
I just say duct tape because the lines are just all the same, even.
Yeah.
And like this one, they're,
they're like
there's
spiking.
variance in it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think. Well, here's my thought: a good record, even on like let's say more gent type stuff, right? Which I argue that like Coach Light, as much as I make the joke, is not a gent band, and Smoke Signals isn't either. The goal is to have the chocolate bar sound, but not be actually chocolate barred, because that just means you're brick walling, you're slamming the whole time.
Yeah.
I think if you're doing
chocolate barring.
if you're like a death metal band or some shit like that, like Archspire is a good example. Like they're probably chocolate barred like a motherfucker.
Well, even some of my favorite records are. They just came from a time when that was. Remember when that first became a thing?
Yeah,
and that's what every band was doing.
Oh, it was the Loudness War.
Yes, the Loudness Wars.
Yeah, exactly, and which is basically over now.
Praise God.
Yeah. So, but the goal is to have that sound while actually still maintaining the more spiky sound waves. So, like, my thought is like, I would like, dude, this is probably just that part of me, like growing up in a small town, wanting to be accepted by everybody.
Yeah.
But like finding a way to take that sound, like the compressed, polished sound, but finding a way to make it more raw so that hardcore people or other people can also appreciate it. Probably won't happen, but like something simple like Fit for an Autopsy. I don't know if you're a fan of that band.
Who it is. I've never listened to it. But
They're good dudes and a really good band. Like they have like that kind of sound too, where everything's compressed and very polished, but like everything is recorded like microphoned, raw. Then they just they compress it and shit like that, so it still sounds very human. It's not like hyper edited or anything. That's another thing. I feel like hyper editing is probably something that a lot of people are talking about when they say raw. They don't want anything edited.
Well, I think you do lose something when you over edit something.
The only thing that we really try and edit is like if we're doing like a breakdown or something and there's like a silence, we'll edit out the silence.
Yeah.
Because there's like
that's normal shit though.
I like noise gates. Not everybody does, and that's
I don't mind them, but I don't want them slammed either. I don't want like I guess for the style you're playing, you almost it's a necessity because that is the style.
I use 2 of them.
2?
Yeah.
God, no.
So it's my chain is usually like noise gate, overdrive, noise gate.
I do. You know what I do? So I do mine and I pull it down, and then when I first see it click on, that's enough. Because all that's doing is getting out where I accidentally farted or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he coughed while he was doing the take. That's where that gate's at. Like, because the mic was over there and it might have hurt it a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man, fuck, I love this stuff. I love nerding out about shit. I'm a nerd. But yeah.
I am too, but it's like, it's cool to have these conversations too because you see both sides of it. Because I'm a real raw dude.
Yeah.
Like the next Lame Johnny record, we're gonna do live, and that's it.
Yeah.
We'll do it live.
One take.
I did that with a band once. Actually,
we're just doing it, and that's where it's gonna live. And that's how it's gonna live. There's gonna be no other revisions. Like we're not gonna after edit. It's just gonna hit publish.
Yeah.
There's the record.
Just like full blown live.
Yes.
Coach Light did that.
If we fuck up,
actually,
then fuck it. I don't care.
Our last Rev Room show that we did. We recorded it, and then I think he did like the lightest mix on it, like just to level things and
Levels,
then
yeah.
pressed polish.
I won't do that
press publish.
beforehand. We'll get the levels right beforehand, but then just hit play.
There's always that one guy who's playing way louder than everybody else.
Well, you get excited.
Yeah,
and that's
true.
called the drummer.
Yeah, well, that's the person that should be louder than everybody else, honestly. But yeah,
Corey's definitely louder than everybody else.
That's the backbone. Yeah, definitely.
yeah, 100%. Drummers need to hit hard
Hard as fuck.
and loud and mean.
Speaking of hitting hard, it's been 2 hours.
Has it
Really?
been 2 hours already? Damn.
I love this room. I'm gonna miss it.
2 hours and 7 minutes. 3:16 right now.
Damn.
3:17.
Is this our last episode in here, Kurt?
No, we have 2 more.
I have 2 more.
Who you got coming next? Or can you say?
I don't actually
I
know.
can tell you once we hit stop.
Okay.
I do know.
Oh, okay.
Wait, yes, I do. I do know.
I've told you whether you remember.
Yeah. I know.
I know that though.
I actually didn't when I
Fucking
said I didn't,
bad
and then I
memory.
remembered it when I did when I was lying.
Yeah.
Back before 10 seconds ago when I was lying. I do have to.
Everyone likes just lying on the internet. It's the best.
I do have to fucking drive to Fayetteville right now.
Yeah. If you guys want to call it, that's all good.
Yeah, we probably
Touched
should.
a lot of bases.
We
You have
did.
any?
Having a
You have
good
any
time.
questions or anything you'd like to
Call
ask?
it 4 anyway.
I think I got out all the things. I think the video game thing's fucking insane. I can't wait to see how that works out. Now I have to raise money. This episode costs me a lot of money. Is what I'm figuring out. What else did we say? Oh, a cake. We need a cake. We need a fucking.
Dude, yeah. Do you have any anniversaries coming up or anything for Crashcast?
So we fucked up,
We
man.
forgot our anniversary every year.
Literally the last 3, even like our 5-year, like
Do
a
you know how
like a
old
10.
this podcast is?
Was it?
Do you know how old this podcast is?
No, I don't actually. Probably close to 10 years.
Oh,
Oh.
there it is.
It's not
Was it
bad.
great?
We're going into year
Yeah.
8. Yeah.
Because I remember you started it like pretty soon after I moved here. So I've been
Yeah.
here for.
You were on one of the, like I said, you
11
were on
years.
one of the early episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fucking
So
crazy,
wild.
dude.
It's wild that it's been that long since I've been back.
I don't want to think about it. I do, but I don't.
Honestly, for a second there, I was like, I don't know if this guy's like me anymore.
Dude. There's people I will have, arguments with and stuff, but I don't actually. There's only like literally like 4, maybe 5 people I just don't like.
Really?
Yeah, and they know it.
I don't
I'm
think
not
I
one
actually.
to mince my words when it comes to not liking somebody because you can't have that in your
Yeah,
life. Dude.
I
You
have
can't
I
just
have
be fucking
very
with
few
you don't
people that
like.
I actually don't
We're
like.
talking
And,
about the people we hate after we end the podcast.
yeah,
I'll do it
honestly.
right now. Fuck them.
Fuck them. Yeah. Crazy. Smoke Signal's first EP this year turns 10, so that's pretty
Isn't that
wild.
wild? I think my Hands to War is like 17.
Jesus Christ, really?
Yeah. Or 18.
I can't even fathom that
18.
shit, dude.
Huh?
I can't even. How have we not played together?
What? No, we did, didn't we?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we played one show together with Lame Johnny.
Shinfo. And
Shinfo,
Johnny.
yeah, and that was Pliskin, I think.
That was Pliskin. Oh, that show
I
was
miss
great, boy.
Pliskin,
I have
man.
I actually have a photo from that show,
Yeah.
and it's one of my favorite of me playing. It's one of Kurt's.
No shit.
But like, you know what's so fucking? Here's how fucking petty I am. It's because my picking form in the photo is absolutely flawless. And I'll find the photo and
I'm
show
not
it
gonna
to
lie.
you, and you'll be like,
One of my favorites
That's a
is
flawless
from him
pick.
too. Actually, it was a Vino show. I'm rocking like I had just got this badass like baritone guitar. It was one of the dude. It was the Squire baritone that was black. I sold for $275, and
now
then
they're worth like $1,000 probably.
more.
What?
Yeah, dude. It's because they discontinued them. They're like,
Yes.
I've seen them go up to like 1,500 plus.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and that was only like a few months after I sold it. I messaged the guy. I was like, "Can I get that back? I'll
Sorry,
buy it back, bro."
idiot.
He was like, "No, not doing it." That was a big mistake.
All
But
right.
yeah.
We'll plug all your stuff. I know you have
Oh,
an insane
God,
amount
okay.
of list of shit to get to.
Okay, so
This camera, that camera.
yeah, so Shiver, please wishlist it. It is super important for indie games to get wishlisted. It's what helps us get on the main page of Steam. It's what helps us get publishing and investing. TeamNocebo.com if you want to get all the information on the team and the game.
NOCEBO.
Yes, just like that. Smoke Signals, we're going to have a new single coming out hopefully in January before our show. Working on the EP getting finished. We're going to book some more shows. Coach Light has the shows coming up February and was it March 22nd? Yeah. Let's see what else. Brand new Prestige apparel drops every Thursday at usually either 9 p.m. or midnight, depending. Every single week. I don't miss. I haven't missed in 3.5 years.
Damn.
I think
I don't miss.
I don't miss. I don't miss.
We don't
dude.
miss either, dude.
It's consistency in this game.
What are we going on? 3 years no misses?
2.5.
2.5?
Yeah. Yeah, there was
Missed an episode since we moved in.
the closest miss I had was I'd goofed something up and I had to delay it by like 4 hours.
It's okay. It's same day.
But I still hit it.
The day is all that matters.
We've had a couple episodes where we had to put it out like later in the week, but we
Yeah.
still put it out an episode.
Sometimes it's always because like one of us didn't hit like record
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Still one of
I
my
don't
favorite
think-
memories.
I don't think anything else. I'm brain farting if I am. You think of anything else? Am I doing anything else?
I think that's all we talked about. We talked about a lot of stuff, but I
Done
think
a lot
that's
of
it.
stuff.
Watch movies,
Go to therapy.
go to therapy. What was it? Talk Ted? What was it?
Therapy Den.
Therapy Den.
Therapyden.com. It's cool. They have
Get
like
you some
a
help.
search engine where you can like put in like the things that you need help for, and it will like narrow the search of therapists for you.
Okay.
And then it can be done either over camera or like webcam or in person. Just kind of depends.
Also, I want to say I think therapy is good too. I wasn't trying to like disparage. I was saying if
no.
you can't afford it, sometimes just saying things out loud in
Yeah.
your car also helps. I should have said that.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I will say they are like super affordable. So like I only pay like $50 a session. So
That's very affordable.
yeah, like my therapist was like, what can you afford? And then I was like, I don't know what this normally goes for. And I just said a number and she's like, that's fine. Let's do that. And I'm like, hell yeah. No, she's kept it the same. It's really cool. It's really, really, really nice.
All right. So we're
Support Little Rock. No matter what. Go to shows. Start more metalcore bands.
That's not going to happen. Not right now.
Yeah.
Start more every kind of genre.
Start more
How
every
about
kind of
that?
genre. Yeah,
Rock
100%.
and roll,
But
pop.
the
Do
thing
it.
is,
Just do it all. We need more of everything.
yeah, the only issue is that bands like Smoke Signals and Coach Light, we only have like 4 bands we can play with.
I mean, just,
Unless we do more other genre shows, like mixed genre stuff.
that's what you got to do.
But people look at metalcore like it's got herpes, unfortunately.
It's just a time and place
Yeah.
that we're at.
Dude, it used to be the king of the scene.
I know.
At one point.
Prove
It was
'em wrong.
wild.
That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Get out
Anyway.
there and make your own way.
Yeah.
If they won't let you have it, take it.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for having me on, and I'd
very
love to do it again at some point.
You will, for sure. I can't believe it took this long. It's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Twitter, CrashcastPod1, everywhere else, CrashcastPod. Check out our Patreon. We definitely need money now because I'm going to give a lot of it to Britton's Patreon.
Not my Patreon. It's the game.
The game's Patreon. Fucking Merry Christmas.
Merry
tomorrow.
Christmas. I
hope
forgot
you
this is
get-
going to be Christmas Eve.
I hope you get everything you ever hoped for, and I hope Santa shows up and spoils you rotten. It's been a wild ass year. Happy New Year's, because I guess
It'll be Happy
I guess
New Year's.
We'll have a New Year's episode.
Watch Terrifier 3 on Christmas
No,
with your whole family.
no, don't do that. That's bad advice. That's insanely bad advice. Thank you for listening. Peace. See you next year.